across the UK, online and on DAB.
Get an earful of unusual nocturnal emissions with radio's Lord of Misrule, Iain Lee. No relation, thank God.
Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. It's got to be said, I heard James Whale's opening monologue this evening at 7 o'clock. I've never heard such a big pile of horse manure in my life. He was talking absolute rubbish out of his a-hole. It was all ridiculous. About dogs. It's about dogs. If you don't love dogs, then you don't deserve to live. Shut up. Dogs are stupid. Hate dogs. Dogs are the worst pet you can get. I think that you should have to have a dog licence and everyone should have to pay £500 a year. Well, that's stupid, because then you're saying only rich people can have dogs. What about old people? I don't like dogs, right? I think they're a lousy pet. But what about old people who have dogs as, like, their friends and stuff? They can't afford £500. It was stupid, reactionist nonsense from a dinosaur of broadcasting. I think it's time, James. I think it's time for you to retire with attitudes like that. Ridiculous. It was the worst monologue I've ever heard in radio. And I used to listen to Mike Mendoza. It was awful. And I think it was that monologue that caused me to crash my car on the way to work tonight. Right. I think it was that. Now, when I say crash, right, I was driving into London. It's busy. And 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You can call about anything. I got some big stuff. Oh, by the way, I nearly got caught on an online scam. Yeah, and you're not... Here's the thing, right? You're not going to hear anybody else talking about this online scam, because it involves pornography.
Right.
No, exactly. And I nearly got caught out. I'm going to read you the email I got. And the email that I got when I was sat with my boys in the living room that caused me into a little bit of a panic, and I had to say to the boys, Daddy's just going to go and check something on the computer. Yeah, oh God, honestly, I say nearly got caught out. I'll explain. It was a terrifying 20 minutes. Terrifying 20 minutes. But I'll tell you that in a bit. And no one else is going to talk about it, because no one else is going to admit that they might have sat in front of a computer and watched porn. I've done that. I'm going to be honest, I've done that, right? And I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm a little bit ashamed to talk about it, but, these things happen. Anyway, so driving into work, and on the A4 coming into London, and come to these traffic lights, and it gets very, very busy, very, very busy. And I must admit, it was totally my fault, right? I was too close to the car in front of me. He stopped suddenly. I went into the back of him. Now, I didn't go into the back of him hard. These things always sound worse than they are. Mm-hmm. If you're in a car that's involved in a car crash of any size, it sounds horrific. And you get out and you go, oh, okay. So I bumped into the back of this car. I did an emergency stop, and for some reason my brakes jammed or something. The wheels, I kept moving, basically. And I said, oh. So I hit the back of this guy's car, and I came out with my hands up as a... ready to do that. I'm really sorry. I always have car crashes. I'm a terrible driver. But it was my fault. If you're in the back, of course it's your fault. I was too close, couldn't stop. And I came out with the hands up, ready to do it. I'm really sorry, man. Are you all right? And this bloke came out. That was your effing fault. Ooh, what? I said, yeah, I know it was. It's your fault. I saw you driving like an idiot. I wasn't. And you did that. You were out of order, like shouting and jabbing the finger, shouting. Right? Okay, all right, fine. And I went, okay, yeah, it was my fault. And I was calm at this point. You're an idiot. You're driving like an idiot. And I looked at his car and went, yeah, but there's no damage to your car. So that's something. He said, well, I'll check it in the morning. I started doing that. Well, I'm checking it now, and there's not even a scratch. Oh, right. So then he started taking pictures of his car. I'm thinking, well, the car's going with you. So then he started taking pictures of my car. And he said, do you know what? Not an apology would be good. And then I got really peed off. I went, dude, if you hadn't have come... And then I started shouting. I said, if you hadn't have come out shouting and have a go at me, you were about to get an apology. But you know what? You can stick your apology now because your attitude sucks. And then he came up close and started taking pictures of me. And I just went, oh, you're a prick. And I got in the car. He went, no, you're a prick.
Oh, wow. Got you there.
Right. And I sat in the car and suddenly started fuming. And my left arm started going. I get that a lot when I get angry. I've not had it for a while. My left arm hurts. That's like heart attack.
Yeah.
Remember I had that on an episode of Big Brother's Bit on the Psych once when I was arguing one of the things. My arm just went. I was like, Anyway, I just a big anger thing. So I'm sat in the car. We're still at the traffic lights. So I got my phone and started taking pictures in the car. Right. Then I got really angry. So I stormed out of the car. Started taking the pictures of the back of his car to prove there was no damage.
Yeah, in case he goes and smashes it up. And then
so then he got out of the car, his car, and went, oh, you're using your phone with the engine running. You're breaking the law.
Wow.
And I went, oh, F off. You're breaking the law. Oh,
you weren't
off.
in your car at the time.
I took the first few in the car.
Right.
And then I got out. You're using your phone with your engine running. You're breaking the law. Hang on a second, let me just take this call. Good evening, Jack.
Good evening.
Good evening, Jack. What can we do for you this evening?
I just found out yesterday that one of my friend's dogs had got cancer and
Cancer of the dog?
Yes.
Wow.
So I knew that dog very well.
What?
I knew the dog, but the dog didn't make it through.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah.
It was your friend's dog, yeah?
Yeah.
Were you close to your friend's dog?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I know that losing a pet or the pet of a friend can be a very upsetting experience.
Yeah.
Hey! If I were there, brother, I would give you a hug.
Yep. Oh, keep yourself together. You're on radio.
Sorry?
Oh, I'm trying to keep myself together.
Okay, you're on the radio. Are you all right, man? You sound very distressed.
Yeah, it's just that the bed sheet I've got on, the dog was lying on it like 5 days ago. Before.
Right.
Yes. So,
and is that making you feel sad?
Yes.
Oh, man. Are you gonna... I'm going to say something that might seem cold, but I don't really know how to play this. So I'm going to say, are you going to wash the bed sheet?
Well, obviously.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. I thought maybe you might want to keep it as a souvenir. I mean, is there discharge on it?
Stop it.
No, I mean that as a genuine question. Is there, like, sediment? Did he,
dog juice.
Dog juice?
Well, the dog did pee on the bed, if that counts. I mean...
5 days ago?
Yes.
And you've not cleaned it yet?
Now
you really love that dog, man.
Now that I come to think of it, I am sleeping in dog pee.
Could be worse.
It could be dog... Okay, I'm not going to go up.
Dog opium? Wow. Give me some... I want to smoke opium. They used to do that in China, didn't they? They would put an opium pipe in the dog's mouth and then you would breathe... You would inhale the air from its a-hole to get you super high.
Huh?
Get you super high because it will pass through the dog's lungs and it will make you higher.
I'm 14. What? I'm confused.
I'm really sorry for your loss. I'm even sorry that you slept in dog pee for the past 5 days. Can you go and clean those sheets now?
Yes,
okay.
I will.
All right, Jack. Well, listen, best of luck, man. And things get better with time. It's a cliche, but it's true.
Except dirty sheets.
Dirty sheets get worse.
They do not get better.
Hang in there, brother. Thinking of you, Jack.
All right, bye.
Thanks, mate. Bye-bye. 0344 499 1000. Didn't know where to go with that. So we started off as a gag, and then we got sensitive. Except you went in reverse. So this guy's shouting to me, you used 0344 499 1000. That's kind of how the show works. You're using your phone in a... And I went...
Sounds like it got quite petty quite quickly.
And I just went, oh, F off.
Yep.
Oh, no. Before that. No, sorry. The reason I got my phone out is because we were sat at the traffic lights. The lights went green. And, of course, he didn't move. Didn't move. Lights are green, he didn't move.
So you'd have to go in front of him?
Barely busy road. So I sat there thinking, here's the game. The game is afoot. And then I started to reverse and... then I got out. Then I did the picture. Then I started to reverse and then he zoomed off. Of course, he zoomed off. But then at the next set of lights, I pull up next to him. And now I'm really angry, right? And now I did do something that's illegal, okay? I killed him with a gun.
Okay.
I shot him with a gun. And I shot his missus as well. His missus was in the car.
She was mortified. I've seen the video footage.
Right, so this. I did do something that is illegal. I'm confessing to a crime, right? I stopped at the next traffic lights. I wound down my window, and I started filming him. So I am holding my phone now.
Well, because he was behaving dangerously.
Yeah.
You were concerned
So
for your safety, right? You were...
Oh, exactly. I was concerned for my safety. Oh, no, God, yeah, I was concerned for my safety. I thought he was a threat. I wasn't quite next to him. He was a bit ahead of me. So then he reversed up and said something. I've got it on video. I'll sell it to you. You effing idiot, using your effing phone while your engine is running. Take that to the police. But then, now, here's the thing. He was coming the exact same route I was coming. So, and his wife was in the car, by the way, which I hadn't known at the time. So he's using the exact same route I'm coming. So for the next 25 minutes, I'm right behind him. Wouldn't you have loved it if he was a guest? Yeah, I was just thinking, if what's happening? He's on James's show. And then eventually, we went our separate ways, and he was doing the waving to me thing. I'm thinking, you don't get to do the waving thing. You were the angry thug in that. He sounds like a nice guy. I hate people. I really hate people. That small section of film you showed me. His wife is doing that thing of, oh, God, make this stop. Please make this stop. Please, I bumped into the back of a guy's car. It was my fault. I came out with my hands up, about to say, I'm really sorry. Are you all right? And there was no damage. He launched into it, and there was zero damage. And he was aggressive and pointing and shouting and swearing. And he was aggressive. And I texted you. I pulled over and texted you and said, I'm scared and humiliated. Those are the two things. And it's interesting. Neither of those things you can control. You can't control fear. It's a natural response. You can't control humiliation. It's a natural response. I was humiliated. I was humiliated because it was, it was pointed out that my driving had been bad. It had been bad enough to go into the back of a car. And he had been aggressive, and I was humiliated as a man. I don't know if it's different for women. I don't know. But as a man, I felt humiliated that I'd been shouted at. And I hadn't had any clever comebacks. And that I'd kowtowed for, 60% of it, and then for the last 40%, I'd lost my temper and shouted back. Kowtowed, or not risen to him, because the thing is, what he did, from the way you're reporting it, and we've only got your word for it. Well, I'm honest, though. Of course you are. I'm honest, and I'm even. There's one thing. There's one thing you get, and I have seen the video of him being really nasty. Yeah. So it sounds like he came out with a disproportionate response. That is the action of someone who's either frightened, showing off, but she didn't look like she was very impressed. No. Or a bell end. Okay. So that has set me up for the evening, and I hate people. 0344 499 1000. G, what you got? What's happening with the Ouija board stream? Here's the thing, right? Because I said I was going to have a seance at my house, right? And what I do, and Kath will back me up, the listener will back me up on this. I come up with what are genuinely brilliant ideas. By the way, Jay, I've not got my computer tonight. I left my computer at home. And it's brilliant. I'm loving it. I've not been on Twitter. I've been on eBay on my phone. But I've not been. I can't access Twitter on my phone. And it's great. I've not been on... You're detoxing. No, I'm not. I just forgot to bring it. So instead, I finished reading the book of Nettie Baker, who's Ginger Baker's daughter, who's going to be in the studio tomorrow. Hey, two guests tomorrow. Nettie Baker, Ginger Baker's daughter's coming in, and Beverly Craven.
Potentially.
Beverly Craven.
Beverly Craven's going to be on the show.
What a MILF.
Oh, come on now.
Come on.
You always take it too far, G. And we talked about this. No. You always do. And I'm calling you out for it now. Come on, man. She's a guest on the show. I can't have you going around calling guests on the show that. Come on.
She is. You're right. I am very sorry. I do apologise.
Thank you. So we're going to have a... it's only a yellow card. Don't worry, but just watch it. So I come up with ideas that are brilliant, right, that are actually brilliant. And then if I don't act on those ideas within 3 or 4 days, it's too late. The oomph has gone. And so ages ago, it's like, when I get in this house, I'm going to have a seance. And I get in this house, I'm going to have a seance. And it just didn't get round to doing it. And I didn't get the night vision camera I got was rubbish and not as good as I was expecting it to be. So that was an integral part. And then I thought, if we do it at night, people who I'm going to invite are going to have to stay in my house. And then we just didn't do it. And I think the momentum has gone.
Does the farm feel spooky, though?
The farm? Oh, you've been to the farm, Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
I live with the spirits.
There are a lot of nooks and crannies, G. A lot of nooks and crannies.
It's pitch black. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. And
I'm biting my tongue,
Thank
Mrs.
you.
Boss.
Thank you. Well done. He's learning. He's learning.
I don't think he's taking this seriously.
You're giving him ammunition.
Very seriously. I want a Ouija board stream.
You're giving him ammunition. What I need is a really good...
Don't victim blame.
Bang,
bang, you shot me down, bang, bang.
Right, both of you stop flirting with each other. Either get it on or get it off. My show. I need a really good night vision camera that I can I can stream...
Bet G's got one.
Please,
what?
Mate. I need a really good night vision camera that I can stream to my Mac, right? And because the one I got is rubbish. It's got to be done in the dark. That's what's stopping me. So if someone finds me one of those, I'm in. Oh, someone emailed me.
Use your Mac in the dark.
Someone emailed me saying that they've got loads of night vision stuff. They're like a proper... I think it was someone who used to be a cameraman on Most Haunted or something and said, I'll be up for... let me check my emails. I haven't got my computer. So, okay, one day, G. One day, G. Thanks for calling. Bye. 0344 499 1000. Powerful start to the show. What's that whistling? Can you hear that? Right. Well, I just heard that. You just did that. Can you hear whistle?
I can hear her.
Oh, was you doing that?
Yeah.
Can you hear that? You can hear that. It's really loud in my ears.
Whose mic is it? Close my mic.
No, it's not. Close it. Move the computer out of the way. Shut this computer. Now open it.
Still there.
All right. Close that. Don't move. Open that. Close that. Open that. Go and sit on that one, please. This is Talk Radio.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
On Talk Radio.
Sorry, where are you going? What's wrong?
You know what's wrong. You know what you did.
Right, I've got to make a phone call because I'm getting called out by a friend of mine. Let's see if my friend is brave enough to answer the phone. It's not a touch screen, Ian. You've got to use the mouth. Mouse. 0344 499 1000. Is that the phone number? Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's call Scott. See if Scott's around.
Hello, Balcony Shirts.
Hello, is that Scott Balcony from Balcony Shirts?
Yes, it is. How are you doing?
Oh, I've got Catherine spraying perfume around the room for some reason.
Huh.
Nice to talk to you. You're busy printing shirts tonight, Scott?
I am. I'm printing high-vis jackets.
For a stag night?
Yeah, building stag night.
Stop, Scott, I'm a bit confused. I'm a little bit confused. I've just had some messages from your phone, from WhatsApp, saying, here's the message, I told you would bottle the Ouija board.
Oh, yeah, you did.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
A little while ago, you said to me, can we do a Ouija board in your shop?
Yes.
Yeah, you said we were going to have a sale. We'll set the table out in the middle.
Yeah.
We'll make a Ouija board.
Yep.
We'll make a night of it. We'll get some tea in, some drinks.
Get some tea in!
Gosh.
Wow, yeah, make
sounds like a wild party.
With tea.
And I said, you know what? If it was me on my own here, I'd do it because I've got balls of steel.
But you bottled it. You said we could not use your premises.
But there's other people working the shop, and it wouldn't be fair to bring, spirits onto other people.
Okay.
So I said, I cut for the people.
For health and safety reasons.
Health and safety.
And the mental health of your employees.
Let's just clarify. It's not you. It's everyone else.
I was up for it.
Yeah,
I was up for it.
Okay.
But Lee was scared. Lee was scared.
And I should just preface this by saying that Scott is a good friend of mine, makes great T-shirts, got a really dry sense of humour. He cacked his pants watching the Babadook.
Don't mention the Babadook.
The actual Babadook film. He cacked his pants watching it.
All right, well, let's get on to cacking your pants, shall we? Because you said...
He just does, actually. I've had to go and get perfume.
I've got property now. Oh, I've got a house. Oh, I've got a house.
Yeah.
Come and do it at my house, and we'll have a Ouija board at my house. And I was like laughing, saying, "You're never going to do that. You're giving it the big one. Yeah. When it comes to the crunch, you ain't going to do it because you don't want to be inviting all the evil spirits onto your property." and lo and behold. 3 weeks later, if I don't do something straight away, I'll never do it. I'm such a spontaneous guy. If I don't sort it out straight away.
Good impression.
And you're scared. You're sitting. That's fine because I didn't want to do it either.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
All right. Well, here's the thing. Right. What I need a good night vision camera. But I tell you what, we can forget that. Scott, I'm inviting you Saturday night, my house. At midnight, we'll do a séance. You and me.
I'm there. Yeah, I'm there.
All right, midnight.
I can't do it. I'm out.
Well, no, you can't do a séance with 2 people.
Why not?
You need 8.
That's...
Where did that number come from?
You need everyone knows you need 8 people to do a séance.
I've got a Ouija board.
4 around one side, 4 around the other.
I've got a Ouija board, and I use it as a mouse mat.
I love that. Yeah,
and nothing spooky has happened. Admittedly, I seem to be accessing a lot of witch porn in my sleep, but apart from that, nothing strange has happened. I am inviting you to the farm Saturday night, midnight, for a séance with my Ouija board, and you are saying no.
But will there be tea?
I'm there, but you need more. I want Babcock.
All right, hang on a minute. Tony, are you there? Can you hear me? Is anybody... Tony!
Not once for yes.
Hi, Kath, how are you?
Tony, would you like to come... We haven't got time for the niceties. I've got Scott on the phone and he's doing my nut. Tony, would you like to come to a séance at my house on Saturday night at midnight?
Yes.
Fine. OK, well, that's 3 of us.
Boom.
We only need 5 more. If you want to come to a séance at my house at midnight on Saturday... Obviously, we'll get there before midnight. We're going to start the séance at midnight, so get there for about 11:45.
I was confident you were going to bottle this anyway, but now I'm absolutely positive you're going to bottle it.
I'm inviting the idiots that listen to this show, people that you know I loathe, to come to my house just to prove you wrong.
Here's the thing, Balks. We thought the most worrying thing about this was the evil spirits being invited in. You ain't seen nothing yet.
No, I know. He's not thought this through, is he?
Not at all.
If you listen to this show, you're getting a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to come to my house and sit in a dark room with me for an hour. 0344 499 1000. Scott, we'll have this séance, and I bet you don't.
Fantastic.
I bet you send a message. Oh no, I forgot. I got the kids this weekend.
You will not do this in a million years.
See you on Saturday night, Scott.
See you, mate.
Loser. Sorry about that, Tony.
It's okay.
By the way, Tony, you're actually not. You are not coming to my house.
No. I realise that.
Good. You are one of the ones I definitely don't want there. You're a wrong one. You're a wrong one.
I'm a wrong one. Okay. Well, I'd advise not to do Ouija boards.
Why? It's just a bit of board. It's just a bit of wood, and you put your fingers on. Nothing happens.
Are you concerned you might get entered?
No, I know someone who
got entered.
Well, yeah, maybe entered, whatever you want to call it, a long time ago.
Yes.
And he reckoned it was, I'm talking 20 years ago, to do with the Ouija board, but that could have been to do with the weed, I don't know.
It was
The Ouija board.
It was the Ouija board. It was either the little bit of wood with the fingers on it, or it was the drugs.
Over the walls.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? Ouija boards, nothing happens. Here's the thing: you can't talk to dead people. Ouija boards, nothing happens. They were invented in the 1880s. It's all nonsense.
This is a classic beginning of a horror film, this whole thing.
Come on, man.
Perfect.
There's nothing is going to happen.
Come on, guys, what could possibly go wrong?
Scott, I need to talk to you about we might call you back in a bit, Scott, to talk about geocaching, because he got me into geocaching 5 years after everyone else. We did that. Anyway.
Geocaching? What's that?
It's like treasure hunting, except there's no treasure.
Okay.
I took
I'm still not quite.
I took Kath geocaching.
We went
tonight.
geocaching.
We went okay, well, it's just.
I don't know. I'm just feeling.
If you get a funny, write it down, and either I'll say it, I'll let you do it, or I'll ban it. I would have banned that one.
They won't have heard that one anyway.
I would have banned. Hey, Kath's written a joke that we've been meaning to do for the last 3 weeks. Kath's got a joke.
My kids love this. My kids love this joke, mostly because it's rude.
You ready for this, Tone?
I'll tell my children same joke. Yeah.
Here we go. Kath's joke, ladies and gentlemen. Kath's joke. Here we go. Yeah.
Hang on, I can't remember it.
It's about peppers.
Oh right, yeah. How do you tell if a pepper is male or female?
I don't know. How do you tell if the pepper's male or female?
Does he jalapenos?
It's not bad, is it?
Exactly, Tony. Exactly.
That is not bad.
Beautiful. I will tell that to my children.
Right. That is an original. That you're only the fourth person in the world who knows that joke.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
I copyright that.
Yeah. Well, it is TM.
All right, Tony. Was there anything else, or should we go to the trailer?
Yeah. I was just phoning just to say that I'm sorry you had road rage off some nutcase tonight. Listening to all that.
These things happen. These things happen, and it makes me hate humans.
You should get a dash cam.
That's exactly what Kath said. I think I may be giving it all away to the whole car manufacturers around the world, but I've bought a car recently, and it has. Sorry,
are you sober when you drive?
Yeah, yeah. I make sure that's okay. It has a camera at the front. It has a camera each angle. It even has a camera
up your bum.
Google. Well, it could be up your bum, but Google. It looks.
I know Google. Yeah, I think I know Google.
Are you the Google man?
Let me
Google. Does Google Maps?
No, I mean Google Maps. It looks where your car is to show you how to reverse and all these different things.
Right. I'm losing the will to live. Yes, hello.
I think that every pillar on your car, front,
you're talking about my bed.
Right. Well, if you know
my Greek house.
What?
Well, the pillar between the windscreen and
I wanted to do a phone in, right? I wanted to do a phone in, and instead I changed it to a different phone in, right? I wanted to do a phone in on words you don't hear anymore, okay? And instead I changed it to famous Robins, right? Which we're going to play tonight, because one of the words you didn't hear anymore was Robin Nedwell. Remember Robin Nedwell?
No.
If you Google Robin Nedwell, you'll recognise him.
Yeah, it rings a bell.
He was in all the Doctor series and stuff. Big star in the 70s and the 80s. And I just fell down a Robin Nedwell thing. Anyway, so now we're going to play famous Robins a bit later on. But one of the things, right, we can still do this as a phone in words you don't hear anymore, right? And the first one that I came up with was galleon. No one says galleon. No one says galleon anymore, do they? When was the last time you said the word galleon?
Galleon.
It's great. No one says it. But here's another one. By the way, the phones have gone nuts. Are there all these people want to come to my house?
Idiot.
Okay. Another word you don't hear is pillar box. And a pillar box is?
Postbox.
It's a postbox.
I call them pillar boxes.
I call them pillar boxes. I still say I'm going to draw a bath. But and then I'm handed a pencil and paper. But no one says pillar boxes. We can do that. Words you don't hear anymore. So far we've got Galleon and pillar box and Robin Nedwell, but he's also in Famous Robins that we're going to play later.
Okay.
Tony, I'm losing the will to live, mate. Thanks very much. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Have you found Robin Nedwell yet?
No, I haven't looked. I'm not bothered.
I've got to find this on my phone. What does the Met Police Commissioner do?
Right. Well, I imagine
it's important.
He's he's not an officer. He's not like those other guys, the PCCs, is he? Or is he?
Can you Google what is the responsibility of the Met Police Commissioner? Now, Cressida Dick, what is she? The head of the Met or the head of the police? Because normally that has traditionally been a role that has been fulfilled by a copper, and she's the first one that isn't a copper. But the Met Police Commissioner.
Mm. She's the highest-ranking police officer in the United Kingdom.
Who?
The Commissioner of Police for the Metropolis.
Well, that's Cressida Dick.
Yes.
I want to know the Met Police Commissioner.
So she is a police officer.
No. That's not. This is the act. No. This is someone different. Maybe he was at the time. Craig Mackey. Who is Sir Craig Mackey?
Okay. I know where you're driving.
Away from a murder. I'm slightly confused by this story, and I want to know what his role was.
He was the acting chief of the Met, deputy commissioner.
Okay, so he was a copper.
Yes.
Right, because I want to read this story, and I heard this story. My knee-jerk reaction was knee-jerk reaction. Stay there, everyone. We've got loads of calls. I will come to it. My knee-jerk reaction was, that feels a bit rum. And then I read the story again a few hours later, and I still think, that feels a bit rum. Let me read the story, okay? So this is about the Westminster Bridge attacker. His name's here, but I'm not going to say it, because we don't want to make these people into heroes, okay? Who ran his car into a load of people, killed a copper, and then was shot, okay? And there's an inquest going on as to exactly what happened and what lessons can be learnt. The acting commissioner of the Metropolitan Police stayed in his car as the terrorist murdered an unarmed officer because he had, quotes, no protective equipment, an inquest has heard. Sir Craig Mackey, who is now Deputy Commissioner of Scotland Yard, had been to a meeting with Policing Minister Brandon Lewis and was being driven out of the Palace of Westminster when the carnage unfolded on March 22nd last year. The murderer the terrorist murderer idiot had mowed down pedestrians on Westminster Bridge before crashing his hired car into the perimeter fence near the Houses of Parliament and stabbing unarmed PC Keith Palmer to death. The inquest into his death heard that Sir Craig, then acting Scotland Yard chief, and his colleagues locked the car doors because they had no protective equipment and no radio. So he saw this going on. Acting Scotland Yard chief, he locked the car doors because he had no protective equipment and no radio. The officer told the Old Bailey how he'd heard an abnormally loud bang, which he feared was an explosion, before seeing the murdering idiot attack PC Palmer with a butcher's knife. He saw one of his men being attacked with a knife. He locked the doors and stayed in there. I'm trying to tread as carefully as I can. But my knee-jerk reaction is staying with me that this don't feel right. We read on. Asked what his reaction was following the gunshots, Sir Craig said, first and foremost, I was a police officer, so I went to open the door to get out. One of the PCs quite rightfully said, get out, make safe, go shut the door, which he did, and it was the right thing to do. That's when I thought, I have got to start putting everything we need in place. We have got no protective equipment, no radio. I have got 2 colleagues with me who are quite distressed, so we moved out. So the car moved out. So Craig told jurors it was his instinct to get out of the car, but was in a short-sleeved shirt with no equipment following the ministerial meeting. I was conscious, he says, my 2 colleagues in the car were not police officers. If anyone had got out, the way this idiot was looking, the murderer was looking, I'm saying that instead of his name, anyone who got in his way would have been a target, he said. I think anyone who came up against that individual would have faced serious injury, if not death. So Craig added, there was quite a lot of confusion about what was going on. Clearly, the way that man came in and the purposeful way he came in was clearly a threat. 2 clearlies. The senior officer saw the constable suffer 2 determined stab wounds and said, I could see PC Palmer moving backwards and him going down. Sir Craig, who retires in December, went on, the attacker had one of those looks where, if they get you in that look, they would be after you. He seemed absolutely focused on getting further down and attacking anyone who was in his way. He told the jury, the thing that still shakes me about the attack is that it was 80-plus seconds in total. It didn't feel like that. It felt like an incredibly long time. The murdering idiot killed 4 people on the bridge. American tourist Kurt Cochran, 54, retired window cleaner Leslie Rhodes. These are the names we should know, 75. Aisha Frade, 44, and Romanian tourist Andreea Cristea, 31, and seriously injured 29 others. Right. Listen, I've not been in that situation. Who knows how you're going to react in that situation? But if you're the head of the police and you see one of your men or women being stabbed, and you lock the doors and tell your driver to drive on, it's really hard, because I don't want to call this guy out unnecessarily.
He's never going to forgive himself.
No. I'd love to get your thoughts on this, dear listener. 0344 499 1000. We've got loads of calls now. We'll come to you, I promise. But I'd like to get your thoughts on this. Because my initial reaction and my sustaining reaction is he should have got out and set an example to his team.
But no one knows what they would do.
No one does.
Also,
but we know. Sorry to interrupt, but the other bridge attack, we know there were coppers that were chasing people that they thought had suicide vests on.
I know.
And there was one copper that, if I remember correctly, didn't have a gun and was whacking him with his stick.
But I bet those guys can't believe what they did either.
No, of course not. But they're way down the chain. They're getting paid pennies compared to this guy who has been through the force. And he saw a bloke he saw a police officer getting stabbed.
Yeah.
And he locked the doors and drove on. And I get the thing about, and he's a big lad. He's out of shape.
He's 56.
He's 56.
He was with 2 unarmed non-police officers.
I feel like I want to say he should have got out, then told them to lock the doors and said drive on, and he should have. I hate using the word should. I'll try not to. I can't. I've got to do it with the word should, but I can't think of a word. He should have got out and run towards that bloke and set an example of what coppers can do. He's the head of the police, and he saw one of his own getting stabbed, which I'm sure is horrific, and I'm sure is going to haunt him forever. And that eyewitness account, his statement there reads like, this sounds harsh, reads to me like a coward. I'm sure he's not.
And that's the point of the stories in the press today.
And I'm sure he's not. And I'm sure he's done amazing things that I could not even begin to imagine in his career. But that's how it reads. Am I being... And I know we don't normally do stuff like this, dear listener, but I just heard it in the radio and it made me prick my ears. And when I came in, I looked it up and it made me prick... Am I being totally callous and cold? What do you think, Kath?
No, because I think that's the purpose of the story that's been put about. But I also know that none of us know how we would react in that situation.
No, of course not.
And all it takes is for one person to say, no, don't do it. And it feels at the time like all right, someone else has made the call. I get how that can happen. But then again, I'm not a trained police officer. And like you say, there have been acts of huge heroism, unarmed police officers, people running into, the aftermath of the Manchester Arena bombing who you don't know what you're going to do until you're in it. He's never going to forgive himself.
I would love to get your thoughts on that.
Could he have stopped it?
Who knows? No, he couldn't have stopped it. The guy was been stabbed. But I don't know. It doesn't sit right that the head of the police locked the doors and drove away.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
don't want to unnecessarily call a guy out, which I guess is what I'm doing. God, I'm such a liberal snowflake cuck. If I was an idiot like James Whale, I could just come on and go, this is disgusting, this guy's a coward and he's got no balls. Well, I'm sure his balls are huge. And because I'm a liberal snowflake cuck, I can't just come on and go, this guy's a coward. I'm weighing everything up, the pros and cons, and maybe I'm treading too carefully. I don't know.
I've also been in situations where things have got shocking very quickly and frozen.
And I am sorry for that, Catherine. My belt was loose. I have told you.
No, stop it. But it's you don't know how you're going to react. I've also been in situations where someone's pissed me off, and I found myself going at them.
Yeah.
And then afterwards you realise, oh my God, that was so dangerous.
But you're not the head of the police. And that's significantly different.
No, but also he was with all the people who stopped him by the sounds of things.
He's the head of the police.
I know.
That's the thing I keep going back to.
I know.
The head of the police.
But he'll also be aware of situations where he could have made it worse for his colleagues.
Maybe. 03444991000. Right, we've got a load of calls of people I've now got to try and tell them they're not actually coming to my house.
Uh-oh.
This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
03444991000. We've talked about the head of the police and what happened there. Words you don't hear anymore. We're doing famous Robins after 11. Catherine, pick a line between 1 and 8, please.
3.
Okie dokie. Julie!
Hello.
I made fudge this weekend, and by the way, to the 362 people that replied to my tweet about that, saying that they would like to help me pack it.
Oh.
Grow up. Grow the F up. Hey, Sam, do you like fudge? Do you want to try my fudge? Turn your microphone on.
It's delicious.
Turn your microphone on. My boys made it. It's clean. I made sure all hands are clean. All hands are clean. This is actual... Look at this. No, it's big. Take whatever you want. They're big chunks. It's quite much.
It's very sweet.
Go on.
I mean, there's a hair in it, but it's well nice.
Shut up, man! How dare you? That's libelous. That could get my fudge factory closed down. That could get my fudge factory closed down. You made fudge. Me and the boys made fudge. You haven't made fudge, Julie?
No, I haven't.
I'll tell you the ingredients. These are the actual ingredients, right? A big bag of sugar.
Yeah.
A block of butter. Thank you. Now Sam says that was well nice. Off microphone. On microphone, he's rude. That's the culture we live in. It's the culture we live in.
Millennials, isn't it?
But it's a big bag of sugar. It's a kilogram of sugar. It's a block of butter. A dash of vanilla essence.
Ooh,
and we put in 2 bars of the Milky Bar Kid, the big bars.
Sorry, what?
The Milky Bar Kid. We put in 2 bars of him. It's made from the Milky Bar Kid's juice.
Oh, no!
That's why it's so pure. So pure and white and delicious and Moorish. And you've got to get it to 112 degrees. Lot of stirring, little bit of burning going on
Thermometer?
There. We had a thermometer. It was great. And that's it. You mix it. You mix all this stuff in a pan. And a tin of condensed milk. That was it. Tin of condensed milk. You mix it up. You get it to 112 degrees. You pour it over the chocolate. The chocolate melts because it's so hot. You stir it up. You put it in a tray. An hour later, you got fudge.
Oh, lovely. I've always fancied trying to make honeycomb.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's all bubbly. But I've got no idea how to do it. And you don't really think, is it going to be worth the effort?
What?
So maybe you could try that next recipe. That would be my recommendation.
Let's not run before we can walk.
No, here's the thing. It turns out, cooking is easy. Right? All it is following instructions written down by a boring nerd. That's all you've got to do. Some really boring dullard.
I'm not very good at following instructions.
Oh. Some boring dullard has written down things you need to buy and what you need to do with those things to buy. And you read... because it's...
Who's the boring dullard in question?
Well, anyone who's written a cookery book. Now, Catherine is getting offended, Julie, because my moving in present to my house was she hand wrote down all of her favourite recipes.
All my greatest hits, Julie. All the greatest hits.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, it would be lovely. Can I just say, though, that she copied out of other people's books?
Yeah, of course I did.
So that's actually infringement of copyright.
No, but it saves you about 100 quid in books.
Okay, so you stole them from the big fat hairy bastards. I think that's their name. So she basically gave me copyrighted material that she pirated as a moving.
I thought it was going to be like family recipes. Like I've got one that
hang on, Julie.
Gave to me from my nan and stuff like that.
Hang on, Julie. Let me ask: are you related to the big fat hairy bikers?
Not that I know of.
It's not family recipes, no.
Delia Smith, however.
You look a bit Delia.
Oh.
You do? Well, no. Delia was hot back in the day. She was
nicely rescued.
But I made fudge and it was great. I cooked the boys' dinner. I made lamb casserole for
Tagine.
dinner.
That's the hairy bikers.
That's my eldest boy's name, and I told you not to mention my boys' names on the radio, so that's out of order. Tagine and brulee.
Posh.
Very posh. They might be coming in next week, guys. So just watch your P's and Q's.
Oh God, it's going to get very farty.
But so it was a cooking. It was a good old cooking weekend, Julie. Lot of cooking going on.
How lovely.
There we go.
Back to tradition. Talking of tradition, I've got a couple of words that you don't hear anymore.
Here we go. Words you don't hear anymore. So far, we've got Galleon, we've got Robin Nedwell, And we've got another one I forgot.
I would like to say 2 words, and they are both exclamations. The first one would be Blige.
Would be what?
Blige. Blige.
Blige? Blige?
Yeah.
Mary J?
Yes. Oh, Blige. And the other one is, Lummy.
No, hang on a minute.
Blige?
Lummy.
Hang on a minute.
Right. Is that just me? Oh, my God, is it just a family thing?
Blige?
What's Blige?
Yeah. Blige.
As in oblige?
Oblige.
To oblige someone?
No, well, yes, but no. As in, Blige. As in, oh, God. I didn't look it up or anything.
Well, give us it in context. Act out a whole scene, and then at some point drop Blige in.
Okay, so it would be, I've got a case full of spiders and I've left the door open. I'll say, oh, Blige, they've all run away.
So, it's like, blimey.
Here we go. It's a Bristolian form of the expletive blimey.
Oh.
I'm not going to allow that on a list of words you don't hear anymore because no one's ever heard that. No one's ever heard that.
Have you got family from Bristol then?
No. Oh, God, that's puzzled me a bit. And the other one is, you know when you tell a joke in comic books, you used to say, get it, with 2 G-E-D-D-I-T.
Get it.
Get it, yeah. All right, Julie, well, you're going to get it. And by that I mean...
And I'll be up for sale.
Right, I mean, you've been cut off. I couldn't hear that. Pick another line between 1 and 8.
5.
OK, say hello to Andy.
Hello, Andy.
Sir. How are you?
Oh, it's Andy.
It's Keen.
That's not a common response.
It's Keen Andy.
Stand by your bunks, everyone.
What?
Hello, Mr. Iain Lee. Can I come to your house on a Saturday night, please?
No, of course you can't.
Oh, why?
No gays allowed! I can't stand the gays! You know that!
I mean, I know where you live anyway, because I hide in the bush and watch you, you know?
No, it's not because no gays are allowed. No gays are allowed, not because I hate them. It's because I love them so much that if I have a gay in the house, then everybody else is going to be ignored because we're going to be at it.
Oh.
Do you know the thing is? I'd be rubbing that glass and it'd be moving around like nobody's business.
No, here's the thing, right? I don't want any of you lot to come to my house. You can't. You're going to come down from. Here's the thing. You're going to come down from Sheffield for a séance, and that means you're going to have to stay there the night.
Yeah.
No, this cannot be.
Why? Come on.
There's got to be.
We can build a blanket fort and stay under it all night and tell ghost stories.
I haven't built a blanket.
Torches looking up at us faces and all that kind of stuff.
Something about the willies.
Catherine, it's got to. That's actually homophobic.
I'm not
She's
frightened.
filthy, isn't she?
I'm not frightened.
She's pure filth.
Thank you very much.
She's the plus in LGBTQ+.
That's what I'd heard. That is what I'd heard.
She's the little bonus, the Brucey bonus.
He said bonus.
The answer to your question, Andy, is no.
No.
Okay.
There's an audible disappointment there.
Yeah, I know. He creeps me out.
He loves you.
He's too keen. Solly.
Hello.
Hello, Solly.
Hello, Ian and Kath.
It's Solly from the Posse.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, me.
Yes.
I was calling in to get an invite to your house.
Come on, man. No one actually genuinely thought I was going to invite people to my house.
No, when you said yes to Tony, I was like, I'm not going to invite Tony.
Okay, it's not going to happen, man. But I tell you what is going to happen. Right.
Oh yeah.
I bought. I've not been streaming my video games recently.
Oh yeah.
So I bought two new compilations to stream. Right.
Oh.
First one, Sega Mega Drive Classics.
Has it got Sonic on there?
Let me look at its alphabetical.
So.
Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah.
Sonic 3D Blast and Sonic Spinball.
Terrible.
Virtua Fighter 2. Wonder Boy in Monster World. Comic Zone. Comic Zone's a great game.
It's way too hard for me.
Yeah, that's because you're not very good at games. I'm brilliant. So I've got that. That was £28 in Sex, and that feels like a rip-off. But I tell you the biggest rip-off from Sex, right? And I'm going to stream this, and we're all going to die of boredom. Atari Flashback Classics Volume 2.
Right? I really wanted that as well.
It's £12, mate, right? Volume 2. It's £12, second hand. And it's got 50 games on, loaded with 50 games from Atari's massive library of arcade and home console hits, right? So here's the thing. There's Volume 1, there's Volume 2. You could fit 500 of these games, 1,000 of these games on one disc.
I think they've got a volume 3 now as well.
Oh, and it's £12 for it second hand, and you think, like, these games are rubbish. It's got I don't even know. There's one where it's like a block picture of a cowboy shooting a.
They're just all blocks, aren't they?
They're proper. Wow.
Just be careful. Be careful what you're doing with that sound effect.
What?
The first word.
Wow.
Yeah, the first word you're spelling WANK.
I am not.
That's what you're doing.
I'm just painting a little picture for the people who are not into video games and don't know about these titles.
That's what we were doing in front of them, but there's no need.
More of that later, by the way, everyone.
Yeah. God, man, it was a scam that nearly got me.
Have you got Pitfall?
But here's the thing. Here's the con. It doesn't say what's on there. It's got a picture of Missile Command and a picture of, obviously, a later machine, and it looks like some kind of Qbert clone, but with a slightly different map. And that's it. So it's got 50 games on, and it doesn't say what the 50 games are. Now, here's the thing. Atari released some great games, but they also released loads and loads and loads and loads of rubbish. And this is going to have 3 great games, and the other 47 are going to be pony.
Totally.
But I'm going to be streaming that. I might stream some when I get home tonight. Otherwise, I'm streaming it tomorrow. So that'll be worth watching.
Why do you do a seance above in my flat? You could come around my flat.
Well, have you got a night vision camera?
No.
There we go. And that's the problem. I need a decent night vision camera. The one I bought was Pony.
There's no shortage of ghosts, you understand. It's all about the camera.
But also, I don't want you people in my house. You good folk. Lol, Simon, stay there. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee and Farty Kath on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The wild man of late night radio, Iain Lee.
Differently interesting nocturnal emissions from a legend of late night radio. On air and off the leash. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000. I'm watching Kath furiously. And I listen, I'm not saying this to shame her on air. I'm saying this, I hope that she gets professional help. She booked a guest for now. The guy called Kieran McGee in New Zealand. He makes this TV show called The Good Shit. And she looks like she's got the telephone number wrong. And she's apologising to me through the glass. And as she should, because it's all right. Don't need to type me any messages. I can see exactly what's going on there, Sam. I'm just sorry you have to work like that. Simon, lol, start. You stay there. We will come to you in a little bit. I just want to get this sorted out. You might remember last week we spoke about this programme. Someone sent me a link for a show that we couldn't work out if it was real or not, and then someone sent me an episode of the show, and I've seen a bit of it. A show called The Good Shit on New Zealand TV, where I think it's 4 overweight teenage girls are given tablets full of feces or fecal matter in a bold new experiment to see if that is going to help them lose weight. And we were we were sniggering. Of course we were sniggering. We're human beings. We're British people. We laugh at poo. It's funny. Kath was laughing the most.
I was not.
I've got 2 little boys. Of course I laugh at poo.
Here's the other thing. We're both the wrong side of 40 and wondering about how we're ever going to shift this excess weight we appear to be carrying, right? But this might be one step too far for us.
Well, I would do anything to
really?
This bulge. Oh, yeah. Well, we're thrilled to say that it's a real programme and it's on New Zealand TV, and we've got the producer. We've got Kieran McGee. Good evening, Kieran.
Hello, hi.
How are you doing? Listen, thank you so much for coming on. Tell us about this programme and how it all came about. It sounds insane, but I saw a bit of it. It looks brilliant. How did it happen?
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we're really proud of it. Well, we were making a previous show about fat and, the crisis in New Zealand at the moment. And we were speaking to the head of the Liggins, Wayne Cutfield, and he told us about this study that he was just kicking off to use faecal transplants to treat obesity in adolescents. And we thought, oh, that sounds like a bit of a perler. And the Liggins were amazing. They gave us access to follow the entire study. So not only do we explore the science of faecal transplants, but we also follow the process of how a rigorous scientific study works. And we follow for adolescent girls who are kind of going through the trials and tribulations of obesity. Exciting.
What exactly is it when you say faecal transplant? Explain, because you don't just scoop up a poo from the toilet and feed it to them, do you?
No. It goes through a process. So traditionally, faecal transplants can be done up the backside, but one of the key kind of things that they worked out with this study was that if you process the poo, and that's taking it from, we film it from a donor doing a poo to the actual capsule, but it goes through a process so that all that's left is the microbiome, and then the girls take those capsules, and they've got to take quite a few of them. They've got to take 29, which is over 2 days, which is kind of a bit arduous for the girls.
So this, I don't know how much you know, and I know you're not one of the doctors that does this, but so the process that it goes through, because I would imagine, you eat someone else's, you digest or ingest someone else's fecal matter, that's not going to be good for you. So how do they clean the poo?
Yeah, number one, no one should just be going around eating up people's poo.
Number two.
The process...
Come on, you set that up for me, Kieran. Come on. Sorry.
No, the amount of poo jokes that we've gone through are hilarious. To make the capsules, it goes through...
Did you say
capsules?
Capsules. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, I love it. Go on.
It involves a whole lot of just kitchenware from Kmart. They use an ice cream scoop and a sieve to kind of, because you want to get out all the fibre. So we actually kind of film, and you can see the bits of carrot, and you can see that the person's eaten quinoa. And
red currants, by the way, I discovered today have a similar effect. I thought I was dying.
Honestly, it's and in episode 2 we go into birth. So even though we've filmed every aspect of a poo, we then film a home birth, and that is very visceral. As well.
Yeah.
But in F1, it goes through a process of just getting rid of all the fibre and all the bits, so that all that's left is the good stuff that will hopefully transpoo into a diversity of microbiome in the girl's gut.
I'd never heard of this science before, and then so loads of people have sent me links and things saying, "Oh no, actually, this science has been around for quite a long time." And someone sent me a thing saying that they tried this somewhere, and it depends on the person who is donating the poo, and that they did it once and the person donating the poo was actually obese, and the subjects put on weight. Have you heard of that?
Yeah. It's quite a famous anecdote. So it was a woman who was suffering from C. difficile, which is a horrible kind of diarrhea disease.
Yeah.
And the key treatment for that is a fecal transplant. And so they got a donation from her daughter, who's always had a weight problem. And then after the treatment was successful, the woman who'd never had a weight problem before suddenly put on a lot of weight. So they thought, there's something in this, and that's kind of kicked off a whole lot of research into alternative uses for fecal transplants.
I love my mum a lot, right? And I would give her a kidney. I would give blood. I don't know if I could give her a stool. I don't think.
Oh, you could.
I don't think I could. I couldn't look her in the eye again. There's something about it.
Would you accept it if she gave you a stool?
From my mum. I don't know. I'm getting all embarrassed.
She gave you life.
I was going to say, she's given you worse.
She gave me life. Okay, so right, only episode 1 has gone out in New Zealand. Is that right?
That's right. Tomorrow night is tonight actually is episode 2. How did
the first episode do? Listen, of course we laughed about it. That's what we're going to do. But then we kind of wanted to look into it a bit more. And I'm so grateful you came on. And I'm guessing that was kind of the same over there. But did people watch it? Did people enjoy it?
Yeah. It's actually it's gone really well. And what's wonderful is that so many people are talking about it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what we wanted to do is show that obesity isn't just a disease about people who eat too much and don't exercise. It's a lot more complex disease than that. And so what this is starting to do is create a conversation around obesity and how complex it is and ways that we can solve this problem, because it's a massive problem in New Zealand.
Well, you say it's a massive problem. I was in New Zealand last year, and I loved it. My sister lived there for a few years, and I went over and visited her, and, they're big people, they were slim. But it seems to be that obesity is a problem everywhere now. We're talking about it in this country, the obesity crisis. And America obviously has had it for years.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends in Spain, and whenever I used to go over there, you go on the beach and everyone would be sickeningly gorgeous, and they live this kind of Mediterranean lifestyle that we're all supposed to aspire to. But in the last 10 years or so, I'd say, it's more difficult to tell who the English, because it used to be the Brit kids used to be bigger, right? And you get all these little racing snakes, the Spanish kids. But I don't know whether it's to do with the fact that that their food, that their economy's gone through the floor, and they're just filling the kids up with crappy food. But they seem to be getting bigger too, the Spanish kids, and that never happened before.
Yeah, I mean, there is a whole lot of science behind it, which I'm definitely not the person to talk to about that. But, I mean, just in the kind of anecdotal, it's the rise in junk food and the accessibility of junk food is a major problem in all, Western countries. And now it's spreading to the Asian countries. And I just read something the other day about India's now having a problem with it. And,
What's that? This is slightly off topic. What's that amazing ice cream that you guys have over there? It's like the most common flavour of ice cream.
Oh, Hokey Pokey.
Hokey Pokeys! Oh, man. Honestly, I went and visited my niece and nephew, who I guess would have been 12 and 9 at the time, and we went out shopping. And I said, come on, guys, I'll get you an ice cream. They said, yeah, some Hokey Pokeys. But what? And it's this, what is in it? It's incredible.
It's got honeycomb in it. Like, it's extraordinary. It's so amazing. Yummy. Next time you come to New Zealand, you got to just get into that stuff. Obviously not too much, because we're talking about obesity here. But
but there is a capsule for that.
Listen, I'm guessing you're not gonna reveal the end, even though we can't see the show over here. But thumbs up or thumbs down. How are the young women? And you're right. We see lots of you see the emotional journey, and it's never pleasant seeing young women unhappy with their bodies, and they obviously get very emotional. Can you give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Just give us a hint as to how it's worked out for them.
No, because I will get in so much trouble if I spoil the ending. You don't want to read the last page of the book, do you?
We don't get the series over here. I'm having to be sent it.
Might.
Well, is that a possibility? Do you think?
If enough people talk about it.
All right, brilliant.
I mean, it's Hopefully, it'll start a conversation over there, and we'll be able to show it all over the place.
Well, listen, if you do find out that it's getting shown over here, Kieran, then you must come on and plug the hell out of it, because we'd love to talk about it. I would love to. Nice one. Hey, listen, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. And
thanks for not just going through the motions.
Oh, Catherine Boyle. Kieran, thank you so much. Nice to talk to you.
Bye, Kieran.
Nice to talk to you both. Thank you.
Bye. There you go. What a nice person. That was lovely. Get out of it, Boyle. Go and say goodbye to our guest in a polite and respectful manner. Someone who's created something. The programme's called The Good Shit. It's not on British TV, but I know we've got some listeners in New Zealand. You might enjoy it. And there are ways to get all of these kind of things. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
just telling Kath, Simon, Lowell and Star, I promise I'm going to come to you, you've been very patient, that my eldest was doing an impression of me today, and I've not seen him do it before, and he does the face. Apparently I do a face, because I did a face when I was talking to my youngest, and my youngest, who'd been quite sad, burst into laughter and went, you're doing that face. Well,
oh, God, it's clearly a thing they
so
do.
I'm doing that. What? And he goes, yeah, that face! And then my oldest son pulled the face and started going, well, the thing is, that actually, what I'm trying to say, and he started doing an impression of me as like a stammering Hugh Grant. Now, you're saying that your kids...
They do an impression of me, yeah.
Because they've not got Manchester accents, have
no,
they?
they're quite posh.
Apart from the odd words. They say Bath.
Before they went to school, they would say Bath and Pass. Right. To me, but to my husband, they would always say Bath and Pass. It was a weird thing.
They say it normally to your husband. Right, OK.
Well, they say it wrong to him, yeah.
But now they do impressions of you.
Yeah, they do. They'll do things,
they do the arms.
They do the arms. Apparently I do arms, but I think I do use my hands quite a lot.
Sounds laughing at that, yeah.
Well, I do use my hands quite a lot, don't I?
Isn't it funny? I'll film him doing it and bring it in. 03. Oh, and my youngest wrote a song, which I wish I'd taped. And it's all about, if you see a bee, run away. If you see a wasp, ignore it. If you see a fly, kill it.
OK, well, I mean, good advice.
Pick 4, 7 or 8.
8.
Let's go to Simon. Good evening, Simon.
Good evening, how are we?
Good, thank you. Your patience is appreciated. Busy old night on the phones tonight, which is unusual for a Monday, and to be honest, over the last couple of weeks, is unusual for this show.
Oh, well, I'm always here.
Yeah, we know. Yeah. Anyway, that to one side.
Now,
what you got for us, Si?
So, a couple of things. First of all, I would like to offer my services to come to the Seance.
OK.
But only on condition that I can bring Rainbow George and Ken with me.
No, they're not. I'm not having those fruitcakes in my house. George can come to my house. Ken's not coming.
Yeah. And that was that. This thing about the policeman.
Oh, yeah.
Right, OK. Have you ever been in a supermarket and there's one person working... Yeah, there's one person working on the checkout.
Yeah.
And there's a queue out the door, and a manager comes along and sees what's going on, and rather than jump on the checkout next to the checkout person and get the queue done, he'd spend a quarter of an hour running around trying to find another member of staff to get on the checkout.
I have seen that, and I've also seen managers when I worked in supermarkets. Sorry, Kath, you're right. I've seen managers get on the till, but yes, I've also seen the same thing, the thing you describe. Yes.
Yeah, so I think that guy in a former or in a different life would have been a brilliant manager of a supermarket.
But when you're gathering staff to go and work on the till is not the same as approaching a jihadi nut job.
No, but it doesn't matter what job you do. In my mind, it doesn't matter what job you do. If you're the boss, you lead by example. And that's the bottom line.
Do you know what? I think that's the slightly hackneyed cliche phrase I was searching for, because I think I agree. And
What about this like, all these managers and bosses that have ever said to a member of staff, I will never ask you to do anything I wouldn't do myself. Mm. And at the end of the day, that's what he gets paid for.
Maybe. Hang on. Maybe. And because we've only got the selected highlights from his testimony. Maybe he saw the situation, assessed it, calculated all of the risks, and realised actually he could do more good elsewhere. Maybe.
Here's the thing. Can I make a suggestion? And I'm not saying this is right or wrong. No, but here's the thing. He's the second in command. Yeah. We don't know where the commissioner was that day, or whether they were in town at all. Yeah. If London is under siege, if this is an isolated part of a bigger attack, who's going to lead? Who's going to tell everyone what to do if he gets stabbed?
Well, the head of the Church of England, the Queen. That's what she's going to do. She's going to pray for our God to smite them.
She's going to do something?
I like the Queen. I know I shouldn't. But I do like the... I don't like... so one of... and I quite like Sarah Ferguson, right? And I quite like... I don't really care about the royal family. But one of her girls is getting married. And we're paying the taxpayer, I'm telling you, right, old Nick Ferrari, but we're paying like £2 million towards it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Why?
I know. I wouldn't know them if I fell over them. If they weren't wearing those hats.
The eyes and the hats. They're just rich kids. They're rich kids. But you know, well, I suppose they are the Queen's grandchildren. But they shouldn't be getting they shouldn't. That's an obvious, phone-in dog whistle. But they shouldn't be getting £2 million for their wedding.
And do you know what? Right. Here's the thing. I couldn't get a doctor's appointment the other day. I've got to wait 3 weeks.
Right, well,
there's no money in the
it's
NHS.
from a different pot, mate. But it's from a different pot.
Well,
but also, here's another sensible, rather than dog whistle argument.
Yeah.
You know, Prince Charles is going to be there.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the heir to the throne. That's why it's £2 million.
Well,
he's got money, hasn't he?
Well, hang on. The £2 million is to protect Prince
It
Charles.
will be to protect him, and I'm imagining William will be there. They'll all be under one roof.
The £2 million is to protect them. What is the £2 million being spent on?
That and
no, no, don't fob me off with. Don't fob me off.
They'll probably have like
come on.
Like a chocolate fountain and a
really
disco.
Good DJ, yeah. Don't fob me off with. Now, listen, I'm not. Come on.
$2 million to snip, innit? If you can have princes there, you princed up to the max.
I am better than that, and you know it. You can't just make up statistics like that, like you've just done, and get away with it.
Oh, watch me.
You know, you said that they were under one roof, Kath. Sounds like a really crappy version of Toys R Us. And I'm going.
I don't get it.
What did he say? I didn't get it.
Sounds like a crappy version of Toys R Us.
Oh, there's millions, says Jeffrey, all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us, Toys R Us, Toys R Us! 4 or 7?
Yeah.
OK, let's go to Lol.
Hello.
Hey, Lol. You're going to be happy. Kath's about to give you some good news, and hopefully you'll shut up.
OK.
I haven't in my hands an envelope because I put it in the post, but it is winging its way to County Antrim, and you will have some homework to do. There you go. There's a happy woman.
Now stop phoning us! Stop ringing us! And this today, I have spoken to people via email about me and Kath coming back to good old Belfast.
Have you? Because you haven't spoken to me about that.
I've not spoken to Catherine about it, but I've spoken to some people who may be able to help us in coming back to good old Belfast in Northern Ireland. Londonderry. Londonderry.
No, it's not the same place, and please do not mix those up.
Londonderry in Belfast in Northern Ireland after the Troubles.
Oh, God.
So, hopefully, that will be happening at some point.
Brilliant. Well,
let's just say, when we get back, there's going to be some real troubles.
No, stop it. That's not funny.
Well, listen, I've got 2 things that I want to speak to you about.
I've shocked myself.
You should shock yourself. Remember our taxi driver took us to the airport, what he'd gone through? Flipping it. He'd actually been shot. I don't think they're ready to joke about it yet.
And that's their problem. Anyway, yes, I'm we liked it. Yes, Lol. Come on, Lol.
Let's not open with that when we go.
Come on, Lol.
Yeah, 2 things that I want to talk to you about very briefly.
Yeah.
Words that you don't hear anymore.
There we go. So far, we've got Galleon, Robin Nedwell. I'm not. What was it? Nodsy. What did that lady say? Julie say Nodsy.
Blige.
I'll put Blige. I don't really care. Yes.
Right, well, now, this may be different because, it's Northern Ireland, but pantry.
Sorry?
Pantry.
Oh, yeah, but no, shut up, man. We have pantries. What are you talking about?
I don't have a pantry. Posh people have them.
Not now. I'm saying we had pantries. A pantry was just a cupboard in the bit of the house that was cool before refrigerators. Pantry. Yeah, I'm having a pantry, yeah.
Okay.
I've got terrible wind, Catherine. I'm so sorry. It's all the fudge.
Right, I've 2 more words, and I'm hoping that this next word won't offend anybody because it's not meant to in any way, shape, or form.
If it's the P word, then yeah, it will.
No, it's not P word. It's gay, and it's meant as in happy, cheerful.
No, I'm not allowing that because we still hear. But it's words you don't hear. We still hear gay. It just means something different to the majority of people. So we still hear gay.
People still say gay abandoned, don't they?
You know, you don't hear it in its original form. It means something else now.
Yeah, it means having a great time with the fellas. Yeah, but no, you still
Or
hear...
the ladies.
You-
Or the ladies.
Oh, well, some ladies don't... Some gay ladies, some lesbians don't like being called gay. That's a fact.
That's a fair point.
If you're a lesbian and you're listening and
yeah.
you're on my side, give us a call. And if you're a lesbian and you're not on my side, don't bother.
You're so woke.
Go and hang out with your gay mates. But you still hear the word. You still hear the word gay, so that is not going on the list.
Okay. Right. The next one is scullery.
So, scullery.
Scullery.
So you're basically just describing an
the olden days.
The olden days. Lol, they're on the list. Thank you very much indeed. Let's go to Star. Good evening, Star.
Hello.
Hello, Star. What have you got for us tonight?
3 things.
Yeah.
First off, it's not Ouija, it's Ouija.
Well, it's pronounced Ouija, but yes, next point.
No, it's Ouija, honestly. And
well, no. Hang on a minute. Just saying the word honestly at the end of something doesn't make it factually correct.
Well,
trust me.
If you ask Google or Siri to pronounce it, it is pronounced Ouija.
Right. Okay,
But that was originally called spirit boards.
Right. Okay, but most people pronounce it Ouija. It's evolution of
Yeah,
language.
I know they do. Unfortunately.
Also, don't really matter, does it?
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Here we go. Let's find out.
That's going to be the first communication from the spirits. You're saying it
Here
wrong.
we go. Can we turn the computer on, please, Sam? Here we go.
Ouija board.
Right, that's a robot saying it. That doesn't count. Let me find.
Ouija board.
That's an American robot, so that doesn't count. So
Try this one.
Ouija board. Ouija. Yeah. Okay. Well, I choose to say it Ouija. So kiss my chutty. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's just a bit of wood that can't do anything. Tell me about it. Story of my life.
The other thing is as well, with that thing, is basically there's a film on Netflix called Ouija.
Yeah, and it's crap.
Oh, did you think it was crap?
Yeah. I don't know if I saw it, but I saw the still for it.
I enjoyed it. I mean,
Hang on. Button it. Here we go. This one will be on my side. Ouija board.
That was you.
Here we go. Here's one. Here we go.
Ouija board.
Yeah, okay.
Ouija board.
Ouija board. Yeah, but that that Ouija film on Netflix, it's not a documentary.
No, it's not.
Okay, all right, fine. And point number 3?
Words that you don't really hear very often.
Oh, here we go. Yes. Ouija.
Shenanigans.
No, I would say you hear shenanigans quite a lot.
I use it quite a lot to my children.
Yeah, my boys are always getting up to shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. What's going on up here? Shenanigans?
Yeah. It is an old word. Wonder where... I don't really care about the history of words, but I do wonder where shenanigans
It sounds
came from.
Irish.
Let's try... Don't Google it. Look at you.
Why not?
You're such a millennial. Because instead of using my neural pathways...
Instead of making it up, I'm going to find out.
No, let's try and work it out. What are you Googling it for?
How do you know I'm Googling it?
Because you suddenly started looking at your computer and you're typing.
Maybe I'm just doing shenanigans.
You're no fun anymore.
I was never fun.
All right, we're not allowing that, but thanks for your call.
Oh, she's disgusted.
Good, as she should be. 0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative full of shenanigans.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over. The late night alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Right, it's time to crack open a game of Famous Robins. So far, we've got... Famous Robins. Nedwell. Did you Google Nedwell?
No, still not bothered.
You should. You Google shenanigans.
Yeah, because that's relative to my life.
Well, Nedwell is relative to my life.
Okay, well...
Big star, Robin Nedwell. One of the biggest, and no one remembers him. Famous Robins. We've got Nedwell.
Mm-hmm.
Robin Nedwell.
Can I submit one?
Not yet, because I want to do the ones I've got. Okay. All right, well, let's play Robin Poker. Nedwell.
Asquith.
Reliant.
Oh, I see. We're playing that game,
Famous Robins. Yeah, we're playing that. We're playing the game of Famous Robins. Correct.
Redbreast.
Hood.
Oh, I was thinking that one too. Rockin'. Oh, cheat.
No, it's just Scott.
Or were you just having an idea?
My mate Scott, who's now bottling out of going to this thing.
Watch him have watch him think of one now.
Sir Day.
Oh.
0344 499 1000 if you want to come and sit at the table.
Gib.
Ooh. My ribs.
Thanks.
That's fine. That's a bit of fun. Robin. Throbbing Robin? Was that a man? Robin. Redbreast was a cheat, by the way.
Well, so was flipping the other one you did.
Reliant was not.
Yes, it was.
Well, it was not.
Yeah.
Because Robin Redbreast is a nickname. It's not an actual bird. It's like, hey, I'm Robin. You may have heard of me. I'm
Robin Redbreast.
Robin Redbreast. Robin, if you're typing on my screen, Sam, it's not come up.
Please don't cheat.
Robin, close your computer then.
I'm not. I wouldn't cheat anyway. I could have my computer open. I am honestly the most uncheaty person.
And the crap thrower.
I hit you though. That massive melon.
You hit my headphones. You didn't hit me. Robin. Is there a man called Robin O'Leary?
Probably, but he's not famous. All right, Robin Smith. There's probably a Robin Smith.
Hang on a minute. Let me just.
Oh, I've got one.
Yeah.
Robin the pop singer. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Go on, line one.
Hello?
Yes, go on.
Oh, I'm not ringing up about Robins.
Okay, well, thanks for your call. Go on, line two.
Robin Van Persie.
Who's that?
Football man.
Footballer.
No, it doesn't count. He's not real.
Well, he is.
No, he's not.
I've got another one.
Yeah.
Batman.
Oh, well, it's not your go. It's my go. Batman and. So now it's your go.
Okay.
It's a tough one, isn't it? Actually, I thought we'd get more. Is there a Robin Blair? Robin Blair sounds
You're
like
just
a name.
making up plausible names. Robin Wright Pen.
0344 499
That's one,
1000
innit?
is the telephone number. Shall I tell you about this scam?
Oh, we're distracted from the fact I just won.
You didn't. Sorry, what did you win?
The moral high ground.
You didn't win anything. I don't know what you. I'm going to tell
I
you.
thought we were playing a game.
Yeah,
I thought the object was to win.
Let me win. No.
Let me win once.
No.
Come on, accept that I knew more Robins than you.
Well, you didn't.
I actually technically did.
Well, technically you didn't.
I did.
Anyway,
Anyway, go on. Tell me about your
Robin,
charming story.
You didn't.
And you were just waiting for a little message to come through from your mates, were you?
Robin Givens.
Oh God.
Thank you. Yes, line one.
Kath, Robin Smith played cricket for England in the 1980s.
Get lost.
Did he?
Go on, you say that.
Robin Smith.
Robin Williams.
Oh yeah. Can you stop looking at Twitter?
I'm not looking at Twitter.
Yeah,
I haven't got Twitter on my
You're
phone.
Such a liar. I can see
I'm trying to
Do you know
find
what,
the.
Ian? I can see your lying face.
I'm trying to. All right, go on.
See your lying face.
I'm just finding the.
You're totally lying. Look.
Go on, then do it. What have you got? So I've got loads now.
Oh, hang on. There was a Robin. Stop it.
I'm trying to find the email
and
from
Scott,
this
if you
thing.
wouldn't mind stopping.
Scott, isn't it? Sam, you want to be careful of.
Right, I'm not playing anymore.
Robin Cousins.
This isn't fair.
There's loads. All right, I'll put the phone down.
I'm not playing with you anymore.
Robin Cousins.
You've spoilt it.
Christopher Robin.
You've spoilt it.
Robin Hitchcock.
You've spoilt it.
Okay. Well,
Cock Robin.
Robin Cook. Someone's a bad loser, aren't they?
Yeah, you.
Well, I've won.
Wow. Radio lost.
Robin Banks, XFM. That's when radio did lose.
I said Robin Banks about 5 minutes ago.
No, you didn't.
I actually did.
She didn't.
I actually did.
Shut up, Sam. You're an idiot. Line one. Yes, line one. Oh.
I've got a famous Robin for you. Robin the Argus pen.
Robin the what?
Robin the Argos pen.
Say it.
Robin the Argos pen.
Okay.
It's what common folk do.
All right. Thanks so much. Thank you. Line two, yes?
Robin. We've already done Cock Robin.
Robin Ince.
Oh!
The king of Robins.
Yes, line three.
Robin Campbell, UB40.
It's Ali Campbell.
Robin, brother, also in the band.
Yeah, I mean, scraping the Robin barrel a little bit.
All right, enough of that, and stop pretending you're not. I mean, not even pretending you're not reading your phone now. He's doing his reading his phone beard rub. All right, that's enough. I'm over it.
Yes, line 1.
One-hit wonder off the Coke advert, Robin Beck.
Thank you very much indeed. I think I destroyed you there, mate. Yes, line 2.
Very much indeed.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi. I just got a Robin. I haven't heard it yet. Robin Day.
Oh, we had that ages ago. I'm so sorry, but thanks
Oh,
for your call.
no, sorry. I tune in around 11. Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye. What? We've only started playing the game in the last... Yes, line 2.
Robin Thicke, Bird Lines. You know you want it. Dun, dun, dun. You know you want it.
You know you want it. Line 3,
It's
you're on the
not going to stand up in
wireless.
a court of law, by the way.
Robin Thicke.
We literally just had that.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
That's the correct response to Robin Thicke.
Line 3.
Robin Hood from the film.
Yeah, we've done it.
Pay attention.
3, 4, 4, 4, 9, 9, 1,000. Yes, line 1.
Oh, yes, Robin Day, yes.
We've had him! Zip up your big space alien mouth.
Wrong one. That was.
Oh yeah,
wasn't that George?
But if Zippy comes from another planet, right?
Does he?
So, yeah, he's an alien. Of course,
Is
an
he?
alien. Yeah, he's an alien.
Was he?
Yes.
I was never
But
established.
then, no, it was. He came from another planet. That was.
What was George? Hippo?
Yeah, you get hippos on Earth, and Bunga
Not
was a
pig
bear.
ones. He would never survive in the wild, would he?
Oh, he'd have a great time. It's rife in human nature, in animal nature, across the animal
Being
kingdom.
made out of felt and being pink.
Or being felt and being pink.
Okay.
But yeah, Zippy came from another planet, right? So imagine...
He looked a bit like the Smash.
He did look a little bit
aliens.
like them. So imagine that there's a whole planet of Zippies. Zippy's having sex, baby Zippies. Zippy's getting divorced, Zippy's fighting, Zippy's working in banks.
Bet when they're old, their zips get stuck.
Yeah. Dead Zippy, like zippy bodies. Like a Zippy terrorist going around killing other Zippies. Zippy suicide bomber, Zippy karate film, Zippy bus drivers.
I get it. Everything's Zippy.
Everything Zippy. Zippy porno. Zippy.
Oh.
Some people get off on Zippies having their mouth zipped. They can't do it unless the mouth is zipped. Imagine getting his tongue caught in his zip.
His tongue was painted on. He wasn't going to.
Imagine Zippy getting a blowy from Mrs. Zippy.
Stop it.
And gets his dick caught in her zip. None of this was talked about. That's why he fled from the Zippy planet. This is Talk Radio.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Who's going to break it to Matthew Wright that we're owned by the Sun and we are the mainstream media? This is it. Don't get much more mainstream media-ish than this. We're owned by Murdoch. 0344 499 1000. Zippy pegging.
Stop it.
I've just got Scott. Well, that's the one I can read.
Wow.
I'm not going to read out Zippy snuff. I've got Scott sending me a long list of Zippy.
We get it. We get it, Scott.
We get it, Scott.
Everything Zippy.
Zippy. So I nearly got caught out by a scam. Right.
God.
No, let's do Richard first. This is actually serious, and you'll laugh at it, but actually it's quite serious. And I did a bit of. I can't. Let me see if I can take it there. I can't take that call, Sam. Let me just. Can you put it through? Can you put it through? I can try and close phone box, and it won't go through, will it? Screw this guy, Richard in North America. Who is this guy? It's a British radio show. You shouldn't even be talking to those guys. Those guys are losers. So I sometimes check my spam. I quite often check my spam. This isn't funny. I'm not doing a thing, so your laughter was not appreciated.
I'm not laughing. I'm waiting.
Okay, well, you're sat in the laughter pose. Why are you laughing? Because I'm about to talk about pornography. That's funny to you, is it? It's not zippy porn.
Well, that's what they all say.
It
starts out that way, doesn't it?
It's not Zippy Pond. This is a serious thing. No, I'm laughing, and this was meant to be my serious monologue. I can't do the show with you anymore, I'm afraid. We're going to have to split up.
Okay.
What the hell is wrong with you, Sam? I'm just going to take it. Hey, man. Hey, Richard.
I can't get... Oh, yeah, Ian, you all right?
I'm all right, Richard. It says you're calling from North America, and we're struggling to put you through, but we've got you. We put you through now.
No, I'm on Freedom Pop. You're on
It's
called Freedom Pop.
What's Freedom Pop?
What do you call
Freedom
it?
Pop. That's what you do.
It's just a SIM card.
It's just a SIM card?
It's not... I'm not calling from America. I'm calling from Scarbados.
Okay. Well, so basically you're
Anyway,
VPNing.
You missed the biggest thing, right? Robin S. You got to show me love. Do you remember that?
Was that Robin?
That's what you missed out on.
Richard, your freedom pass is shit because you can't. You're just talking while we're talking.
You got to show me love. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Well, would if you weren't so rude.
Robin S.
Okay.
What? I'm not rude.
Oh, you can hear me now.
I can be rude if you want.
No, you've been quite rude.
Yeah, sorry.
You can hear me now.
Well, I was racist the other night. You know, MG, when I was in your, what do you call it? In your...
I got bored of that. What was he banging on about?
A really old house song. Was it house? Would that be called? I'd never know the genres.
So here's the thing, right? I get an email, right? Here's the thing, right? You're going to laugh at this.
I'm not. I'm doing serious face.
I'm
serious.
Right? Here's the thing. I've watched porn in my life. Okay, I'm going to say it. I've watched porn. I've masturbated in front of a computer.
Here's the thing. I've used your computer.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the worry.
I have masturbated in front of a computer. Hello?
Hello,
Richard.
Hiya.
I've masturbated in front of a computer.
Right. I used to be like you. I used to masturbate for 3 hours. Well, for 3 days.
Okay.
Thanks for your call. We get that one? God, what an unpleasant man. Right. So here's the thing. So I'm sat with the boys, and I check my spam, because I check my spam from time to time, right? I check my spam quite a lot, actually, because some good stuff goes in the spam. And there's an email to me, right? Hello. I'm a member of an international hacker group. Right? And that's the opening to the email. Okay, right, this is nonsense. As you could probably have guessed, your account, Iain@iainlee.com, was hacked because I sent a message from your account. And then I looked, and the email address is Iain@iainlee.com. That's my email. Now I have access to all your accounts. For example, your password for Iain@iainlee.com is... And then they put down a password that I've used in my life. And that's when I started sweating. That's when I started panicking. And I see the subject heading is a password that I have used. I can't remember if it was the exact password for this email, but it was the password that I've used. So then I'm thinking, right, they're sending me an email from my email address, and they're quoting a password at me. This is freaky. Within a period from July the 31st to October the 3rd, you were infected by the virus we've created through an adult website you visited. Okay. Recently divorced guy living on his own. Mental health issues. So far, we have access to your messages, social media accounts, and messengers. Moreover, we've gotten full dumps of these data. Okay, it would have been damp. We are aware of your little and big secrets. Yeah, you do have them. We saw and recorded your doings on porn websites. Your tastes are so weird, you know? I'm thinking, yeah, they are. I'm into some freaky shiz at the moment. But the key thing is that sometimes we recorded you with your webcam, syncing the recordings with what you watched. And I'm sat there reading this thinking, oh my God. I think you are not interested. Show this video to your friends, relatives, and your intimate one. Transfer $800 to our Bitcoin wallet. I guarantee that after that we'll erase all your data. A timer will start once you read this message. You have 48 hours to pay the above-mentioned amount. Your data will be erased once the money is transferred. If they are not, all your messages and videos recorded will be automatically sent to all your contacts found on your devices at the moment of infection. You should always think about your security. We hope this case will teach you to keep secrets. Take care of yourself.
Oh, caring.
So here's the thing. So I'm sat there reading this with the boys. And I'm thinking, oh shit, they've sent it from my email account. Okay, that's easy to fake. You can do that. But they know a password. And I'm thinking, I don't think that's the password for this email account, but it's certainly a password. I know you're supposed to have different passwords. Certainly a password I've used a couple of times. And so I'm panicking. So I leave the boys watching the first Johnny English film. More on that anon. And I go and check the computer and go, right, I've got to try and find out. I've got to change all my passwords for this thing. And I'm sat there and I'm panicking. I'm thinking, I'm not going to pay the money because it's one. Once you pay a blackmailer, then
they know they've got you.
They've got you, and they just keep going. Well, give us more. So I'm checking my password. And I'm thinking, they've got this password, but I don't think it's the password for this email. But I don't know. And basically, I'm cacking myself. Which is not my thing, by the way. There wouldn't have been a video of that. Because I'm not. It's something great shame. I've watched porn. At my computer. I've knocked one out at the computer from time to time. And I'm sorry, Catherine. Yes, you've used that keyboard.
Oh God.
Don't worry. Don't worry. And I'm not. But I'm not proud of it. But I'm a guy getting a divorce. I'm living on my own. There are worse things I could be doing. Loads of people do it. Loads of people do it. I mean, 95% of the men listening to this, and let's say about 82% of the women, have done it, right? So suddenly I'm feeling shame, and I'm feeling panicky, and I'm feeling awful, and I'm feeling sick, and I'm feeling nauseous, and I think, oh, God, let me Google this. Let me type it and Google this. And it turns out it's a really big scam that people are doing. And sometimes they get lucky with the password. And basically, they've just... One of these hacks that will have happened, the TalkTalk hack or the Yahoo hack or the Facebook, and Google have just announced they've had a hack and loads of private data has been... That's where they will have bought a load of email addresses and a load of passwords that may or may not be connected with that email address. And they're sending it out on the off chance that they get lucky and that is the password for that email account, and there will be some poor sucker going, oh my God, I'm sick. Worst thing that happens is a video of me knocking one out goes online. If it happened 10, 15 years ago, that's a career ender. You know what, now people come back from that kind of, it's humiliating and it's humiliating and embarrassing. That's it. And it was panicky, but then I read there was a story, there's quite a few stories about it out there. It's kind of the newest scam that they do this and they send out all these email addresses. So I'm taking a punt. But the 48 hours were up about 2 hours ago. So if any friends of mine have received, maybe check your emails, Sam and Kath, see if something has come up. If it's a video of me, let me see it. I want to see what I look like. I want to see the face. But it was horrible. It was 20 minutes of just shame. Just shame and panic and, oh, jeez. And then thinking, oh, actually, right, this is I was pretty sure it was a scam. It was the password. It was having the password. Mm-hmm. I didn't notice it was in the subject heading. Having the password, and it was in the subject heading and in the thing. That was the thing that made me think, oh, man, this is worrying.
Pro tip.
Yeah.
Cover up your webcam.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Well, you're right, and that is actually the sensible thing. And I've heard people say that you
Zuckerberg does.
Well, yeah, does he?
Yeah, I noticed they had a picture of him at his computer in his office.
Yeah.
And the webcams are covered up.
Do you know what? I often thought that was a myth that you should do that because of Russian hackers and stuff. But it is a good thing, and it's probably a good thing. I'm not there for 3 days at a time like that guy was. I don't do it very often, but sometimes I'm bored and horny and think. And his thing, no one else would. I'm saying this because it's funny. It is funny. but also because no one else will talk. No other radio presenter is going to come on and say, "Do you know what? I knock one out to porn online sometimes, and I nearly got stung." And this is how these people are going to be successful, is by the silence that will come from people going, "Oh, I'm not talking about this."
God, yeah. What if my wife finds out?
I'm not talking about this.
They exploit that. So
Yeah.
you're taking the power out of it.
So thank you. You can laugh now.
No, I'm not going to laugh.
Well, look at you. Scott has messaged me. I bet he's having a field day. Let's just see. Scott says, I got that email too. I absolutely cacked my pants. And that's it. And a load of men will be cacked. And some women will get it and go, oh, geez, it's the password. The email from your account and the password.
Yeah.
It's powerful stuff, man.
But they're counting on you reacting in that first 3 minutes.
Yeah. I was never going to pay, because once you pay them $800, that's it. The next one's going to be right. We want 5,000.
Well, they also know they're onto something.
Yeah. So it was. So I was psyching myself up for the front page of the newspapers. That's what I was psyching myself up for. When all I was doing was masturbating to videos. It's not even. No one was getting hurt. No one was getting harmed. No one was being exploited. Maybe they were. It's a slightly different thing. But it wasn't a live thing. It was videos. All it was. And I'm thinking, this is going to be a tough one to get to ride, and it's shaming people, shaming men, and that's bad.
I imagine it's indiscriminate. There'll be women that get those too.
Yeah. Evening, John.
Hi there, Ian. I'm currently on SSID. I'm on Fluoxetine, which is like Prozac.
Oh yeah.
So I just wanted to, I've been 4 weeks on it at the moment, and
how's it going?
Well, it's a mix. I feel better, but I feel like I want to kill myself.
Well, gosh, if that's you feeling better, John, can you stay there? Because we've got to go to the news. Can we talk to you after the news?
Yeah. Okay.
Stay there, man. Don't kill yourself now. Hang on for another 5 minutes. We'll talk to you in 5 minutes, all right?
All right.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number if you want to give us a call. You can talk about that scam. You can talk about anything. We're playing Famous Robins. Words you don't hear anymore. Geocaching. Got to talk about geocaching as well. That's my new jam. 5 years behind everybody else. I think it's about to become Kath's new jam. 0344 499 1000. This isn't bad for a Monday night show. It's been busy. It's been sparky. It's been a little bit rude and confessional. What more and all you people on Digital Spike saying I've lost it. Saying the shows haven't been nowhere near as good as the LBC shows from 15 years ago. Why don't you go and kiss my arse?
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
He has made a covenant with the night, and with the darkness he is in agreement.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Bloody Eben, I'm going to kill him. Not only did he rip a page out of the logbook, he sent me a bar of chocolate with almonds in. Oh, yummer. Dirty git. I hate almonds. It disgusts him. Oh, that's horrible. Geocaching in a minute. 0344 499 1000. John, yes, John, go on. So what's happening with your brother?
I'm on I'm an alcoholic. I'm just in recovery. I'm dropping my units down.
Yeah,
and,
good for you, man. Well done.
SSID.
Yeah.
But I'm 4 weeks into it, and I'm like, I want to kill myself.
Okay. Why do you want to kill yourself?
Just what you call it. I'm just. I've got 5 children.
Well, then let's stop you there. What legacy is that to leave your kids? Here's the thing, right? Parents of anybody, hang on a minute, John. Parents of anybody, kids of anybody who's killed themselves are going to be messed up. So you can't leave that legacy for your kids.
My son's in the army. He's doing all right. I've got one, but my daughters are getting messed up by the mother. Like, they're not.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
she's messing them up.
Right. Well, in your opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. What help? So, okay, what support have you got around you to stop you killing yourself?
I've been going to Horizon.
I don't know what that is.
It's a charity.
Right.
I've been going to there for 4 weeks, and that's the only thing that kept me alive.
Yeah.
And you.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, ma'am. Are you going to like AA, or are you seeing your doctor or anything like that?
Yeah, I've tried to get on the SSIDs.
I don't know what SSID is.
It's like Flexitine, like Prozac.
Right. Okay. So you're on that.
Yeah, I'm on that.
Okay. Well, have you told you when was the last time you saw your GP? Because it takes 3, 4, 5 weeks for those things to kind of have a positive effect.
I can't see him for 3 weeks. I've booked, like somebody spoke earlier, I can't get an appointment for like 3 weeks.
Right, okay.
But anyway, yeah, I can't speak to my doctor. I can't get another appointment with my doctor.
So you've got an appointment in the diary, though, have you?
Yeah, the 30th of this month.
Okay, right.
But I don't know whether I'll make it to that.
Yes, you'll make it to that, man. Come on. Wait, well, why don't you phone up the surgery and say you're worried you're going to kill yourself today? Why don't you rock up to the surgery and say, I'm worried I'm going to kill myself today? Why don't you phone the Samaritans? Have you phoned the Samaritans?
I've rung the crisis team. They arrested me.
Okay. What did they arrest you for?
Breach of the peace.
Right.
Breach of the peace. Because I kicked off.
Okay, well, why did you kick off? What were you kicking off for?
I was kicking off to try and help myself, do you know what I mean?
No, I don't understand that contradiction.
All right, I went to throw myself out the window.
Right.
And they did me for breach of the peace.
Okay.
So I tried to kill myself. But that was breach of the peace.
So why I don't understand why you want to kill yourself.
I've got 7...
Well, what's your language?
I beg your pardon.
Okay, all right. You got a yellow card. It was 5 children a minute ago.
I've got 2. I've got 5 with my wife, and I've got 2 from previous. I've got a Jamaican girl. She's my oldest. Shanice, and then.
All right. Let's not give their names out. Let's give
them up. I've just messed them up.
Right. Well. Okay. Wait. Well,
and I've been there for them.
And you think that killing yourself isn't going to mess them up more?
I don't know what to do, Ian.
Don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. Get sober, get well, and then start unpicking the mess that you may or may not have made with your children. It's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple.
You think it's as easy as that?
No. It's not easy. It's simple. There's a big difference. All you have to do...
I've been on everything since I was 15.
Okay, well, then now's the time to start... Now's the time... Don't live in the past. Now's the time to start coming off everything, which is what you're doing.
Yeah, I am. And I can't deal with the emotions.
No, I know. That's why we take drugs and why we drink.
Yeah, to mask it.
Yeah.
Because we don't... I don't want to deal with my
But
emotions.
how's that been working so far? How's that been working out for you?
What do you call it?
Lousy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got 2 alternatives. One is you carry on until you die. The other one is you stop and you try and do it all sober.
I can't deal with my emotions, Ian. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can.
I can't.
Yeah, you can, though. I know you can.
I just want family around me. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you've got to earn that.
I know, I've got to earn it.
And that might take years.
But it's not fair, is it?
Well, I don't know what mess you've made. I don't know what you've done to push your family away from you. If you've acted like an arsehole, then yeah, it is fair.
just drinking.
Yeah, well then it's fair. It's fair. I wouldn't want my kids to be around me if I was still drinking.
But, forgive my language. Yeah, I have been an idiot.
Right. Okay. Well, this is the thing. So you want your family around you. So one of those two options was you carry on drinking until you die. Well, that has pushed your family away from you. So if you carry on drinking, that's not going to bring them any closer. So it would seem that option is a no-go. So you might as well give the other option of getting clean and sober and trying to unpick the mess you've made. You might as well give that one a go.
Yeah, you're right.
And if you kill yourself now, you'll miss out on all the possibility.
At the moment, yeah. I'm feeling like I haven't got the energy for that. Do you know what I mean? I'm 44 now. I was 44 the other day.
Okay, give up then. Give up then.
Okay then, I will.
But no, but what is that going to... First of all, right, I don't know anything about you, so there's no why you're talking to me about it, right? You must have friends or other people around you. But phone him back. He's put the phone down now. There we go. This is the problem of me talking about this kind of stuff. This is why I'm thinking we just don't have anyone on talking about this stuff anymore. Because someone's going to kill themselves one day, and I'm going to be the last person they've spoken to, and I'm going to have to carry that around with me forever. And that doesn't seem fair.
The problem I have with this is that it gets to a point where people are using us rather than seeing someone who's professional. And
now we can't get this guy back, and the last thing I've said was give up, which of course I didn't mean. Mm-hmm. Some idiot out there, someone of the trolls that is taking pot shots. Keep trying him, Sam, for the next 20 minutes, if you wouldn't mind. The idiots that enjoys taking... Well, he told him to kill himself, know. It's his fault. What happened. It's not what happened at all. I know that's not what happened, but at some point... someone's going to cut themselves or kill themselves, and this will have been the last contact they will have had with another human being. And I don't want that responsibility. So I am yay close. Sorry, Sam, it's a really boring gig I've given you, but thank you. I am yay close to saying, you know what? This nice little safe place that we've built up, I know it's a dirty word in this building, but a nice little safe place that we've built up, where people can come on and talk about mental health and talk about depression and talk about being suicidal and talk about drugs and alcohol. I'm closing that down, and we'll just do famous Robins and geocaching and words you don't hear anymore and New Zealand programmes about shit. That's what we'll do, because that's not fair on me, John, what you've just done. That's not fair on me. To lay that trip on me and then halfway through the conversation all right, I'm going to go and kill myself, and put the phone down. That's not fair. What am I supposed to do now with that? I tell you what I feel. I feel sick. My stomach's in a knot. I feel angry, and I'm dizzy. That's how I feel. That's my physical and emotional response to that. That's unfair. And there have been a few calls where people have treated me in an unfair way, let's just say. I don't want to say anymore. They treat me in an unfair way and laid all of their shit on me, and then when I've not been able to come up with the goods, all right, fine, I'm off then. Fine, I'm going to kill myself then. Well, you know what? That's not fair, man. And, John, you're not answering the phone, and that's not fair. And you're not going to kill yourself tonight. I know you're not going to kill yourself tonight. But you need to start facing your responsibilities. If you want your 7 kids around you, if you want your 7 kids to look you in the eye, let alone be around you, you've got to start facing your responsibilities. And one of those responsibilities would be to pick up the phone now. If you're running away from a radio host who's simply giving you 2 options, one of which is death, the other one which is sobriety, and a chance of getting your... If you run away from that, Jesus, man. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio.
The late night alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
John, don't kill yourself, brother. That's all I'm going to say, man. There is an alternative. There is a better way. But here's the thing. When you get sober, you have to face be responsible for your actions. And what you did there was selfish. That was very selfish and was very unfair on me. Because guess what? I'm not just a voice on the radio. I'm not just that idiot that stole the strawberries and I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. I'm a human being, man. I'm a human being with my own issues, going through divorce, mental health, sick mum, don't see as much of my kids as I'm going through stuff. You know, I'm only recently clean after a little wobble. I'm going through stuff. So I'm real. I'm a real person, man. I'm not, you know, just some bloke on the telly and the radio. And what you did there was selfish. Okay, it was really selfish and it was really, really unfair. I'm not saying this to shame you. I'm not saying this to have a go at you. I'm saying this because you've got to start accepting being responsible for your actions. Now, I know it's the disease of addiction or alcoholism or whatever it is you're going through. You know, mate, I did some horrible, horrible things when I was taking drugs. Horrible things. Treated people awfully and did some wicked, wicked things. It was the disease, right? It was the disease. But when I got sober, I had to take responsible for those actions, and I had to go back and apologise and make amends where it was possible, and just go and say sorry to people for the things I did as a result of my disease. Got to take responsibility for it. Hey, I got a sponsor last night. I got a sponsor in NA. I've not had a sponsor for ages, and things are getting wobbly around drugs, and things are getting wobbly around sex and honesty. And I just thought, man alive, I don't want to live like this. I remember there was a choice. And so I phoned up a man I'd met twice and said, hey, it's just fun to see how you're doing. Yeah, I'm fine. How are you? Would you be my sponsor? And if you don't, and I was all that, if you don't want it, it's fine. I don't know, if you don't have to, it's fine. And, I get it. I know you don't want to, so I'm just going to go. And he said, well, are you prepared to do the work? I went, yeah. He said, all right, yeah, fine. All right, let's get on with it. And that was it. And I started crying on the phone to a guy I've met twice. And I felt a weight lift off my chest. That's what it is. That's the power of this shiz, man. So, John, I wish you luck. I wish you peace, and I wish you joy. And I wish you sobriety, and I wish you happiness, and I wish a reduction in your selfishness that this disease brings. 034 449 1000.
Can I wish something?
Yes.
I wish you would call Samaritans.
There we go.
And if anyone else is listening who's at that kind of end of things, or, you know, just feeling like you want to talk to someone and you don't necessarily want them to talk back at this point, right?
Yeah.
Because the Samaritans will not offer you advice, but they are an ear, and you can talk to them, you can not talk to them,
and they can't hang up on you. You can use a fake name, use a fake location. They won't know who you are, or they won't have your number on a screen in front of them. You can phone up and confess, say anything you want.
All right, and this time of night, we know what it's like. If everything seems worse, Samaritans are there. 116 123. That's 116 123, and that works whether you're in the UK or the Republic of Ireland.
Okay, now here's a thing. So geocaching, right? Ages ago. By the way, my battery on my is about to die on my phone, Scott, because I haven't got my computer. So just stop messaging me, you weirdo. Ages ago.
Do you want to charge it on here?
Yeah, could you?
Hang on, I'll go and get my thingy.
Okay, you're going to get your thingy. So, have you haven't got a plug for an iPhone, have you, Sam? No, okay. Loser. Didn't mean to call you a loser. That was rude. So, ages ago, Scott was telling me about geocaching, and I thought it sounded rubbish. I thought it sounded absolutely rubbish. You can turn the computer off now if you haven't already. I thought it sounded right. So, basically, you download an app, and I'm charging my phone now. You download an app and you go around, follow clues. You'll follow like a thing, and you find a little box of treasure. Except in the box, there's no treasure. It's just a bit of paper, and you write your name on it and your date that you found it, and you go off. And I thought it sounded rubbish, so I ignored it. Never got into it. So I was a Pokemon Go fan. And then last week, my oldest said, "Daddy, have you heard of geocaching?" And I went, "Whoa, yeah, I have actually." He said, "Oh, I did it in the summer holiday with Uncle Matthew, and it was really cool. I wondered if maybe we could do it when we come to yours one weekend." I was like, "I'm up for that. I am totally up for that." So I downloaded a geocaching app, and the boys came round, and everyone woke up very, very early on Sunday morning, and we had a little bit of Xbox, and I could see it just turning into an Xbox kind of day. And so, right, let's go out geocaching. And they both jumped up like you couldn't. And we took a backpack with jackets in because it was a bit wet and cold. I had a Tomb Raider water bottle. I had a compass, a torch, and walkie-talkies. It was daylight. But it just made it a bit more of a mission. And we went out. I got the app, and there was one about 15-minute walk away from me. And we got there. We tried to. My youngest was holding the phone, and my eldest was saying rude things into the walkie-talkie, and it was fun. And we got to the first thing, and so basically you get guided to a place, and then you've got to find like a little box or something. And if you can't find it, there's like a hint that you can tap on, and it'll give you a clue. And we got to where the first one was, and we couldn't find it. We were there for about 25 minutes looking for this. Well, I didn't know really what we were looking for because I'd not done it before. So I didn't know what it was we were looking for. 0344 499 1000. And after about 25 minutes, I went, I think someone's taken it. Should we go? There's another one 300 metres away. Let's go and find that. So we went, and we went, and it was very, very... it was very exciting because we had to... The public footpath went over a train track. We had to walk over a train track. And the boys were terrified because they thought they'd get arrested. I said, no, it's a public footpath. I've not seen one over a train track before, but this is where it is. And we just treat it like a road, and we'll listen, and we crossed over. And so they had the time of their life. We got to the second one. It was supposed to be behind a fence post. Again, I didn't know what I was looking for. And we were there for about 25 minutes. So suddenly an hour's gone, and we couldn't find it. And then I looked at the app, and it said that this point, this geocaching point, had been put there. It was almost 5 years to the very day. And I went, oh, man, I think this is out of date. It says 2013. I think this is out of date. And there was a button you could click on there, on the app, that said message. So I've literally no idea what was going on. So I clicked message and wrote, is this geocaching, is this site still working? All right. I got a reply almost immediately. I don't understand why you're questioning this when clearly the cache is. Whoa. Slightly...
Wow.
That's passive-aggressive, isn't it?
No, it's aggressive.
Okay, right. It was aggressive. And my initial reaction was, right, why don't you piss off? Instead, I went, this is my first time geocaching. I can't find it. Help! Then we're buddies. I see. My apologies. So he admits he was being aggressive. I have found over 1,000 caches. Every now and then, even I struggle to find sometimes the most simplest of caches. My suggestion, have another look at the hint, read the logs, don't know what that is, and look at the images. And if after a good search you haven't been successful, move on to the next one and come back another day. Thanks for your help. There is a cache that's not far away from me, he's continued. It took me 3 attempts over 6 months to find it. When I did eventually find it, it was staring me in the face the whole time and wasn't even that well camouflaged. Another took me weeks to find because of muggles.
Oh.
Muggles.
That's non-geocaches.
Muggles, yes. And then I did wince a bit at that. And I replied, I'm here with my 2 boys, and no, we can't see it. Probably me being dim. Oh, well, on to the next. So then we went on to I was thinking, this has been a bit of a disaster. This is an hour. It's been a bit of a disaster. There was another one 300 metres away, and I went, guys, let's go for one more. Let's go for one more. Let's go and do it. So you got the app, and you just click on the one. He shows you all around you, little pinpricks. You click on one, and this one I thought it looked easy because the clue was check behind a sign and in. It's like, oh, okay. So we're walking through the countryside, and then we come out onto like that main road near mine, and I could see us getting closer, and there was a road sign that had the name of the village, and I said, boys, I think this is it. And we got there, and it was a road sign, and it had the 2 pillars that the road sign is stuck to, and if you look at road signs, they've got 2 bits of plastic on the top, and you can take those 2 bits of plastic off, and we took the 2 bits of plastic off, and we put our hand in one, and there was nothing. We put our hand in the other one. Yes, man, there was a tiny little box in there, tied on with a little bit of twine. And you saw the picture of the boys immediately after finding it. The joy on their faces. And even I got a thrill out of it. And we took it out, And there's a tiny bit of paper in there. My eldest wrote down all of our names in there and the date that we found it, and then screwed it up and put it back in there. And we took photos, and we were thrilled. And I said, all right, boys, let's go and find the first two that we couldn't find. And so we went back, and we couldn't find them. We still couldn't find them. But we'd been out for over 90 minutes, just walking and having a laugh and, you know, playing walkie-talkies. They'd found one, and they were thrilled by it, you know, because it was great. It was by this main road, and they put in their hands in a sign, and someone's left a little package for them, and now their name is on that little package. And we went home, and then we made some fudge, you know, and it was great. It was a great way, because people say, you can't get kids off the Xbox. I've never had a problem getting my boys off the thing. I always say, whenever I've said, right, get to a save point, and then, there's no save point in this game. Finish this level. Are we near the beginning or the end of a level? But halfway through. Finish the level, and then we're going to go and do something. They always seem to do it. And I don't know if it's just because it's me, because they don't see me very often. I don't know why. But I don't have a problem. But if I'd have said, right, boys, we're going to turn the Xbox off and we're going to go for a walk. What is that? What is that? I like a good walk. But to a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, go for a walk? It's nothing. But to say we're going to go and play a really silly game and try and find something and then write our names on it to say that we've been there, it was like going on a mission.
Of course they do.
They loved it.
I get the feeling with, and I think I've probably done it wrong in the past, right? People get fed up with their kids being on, because you all of a sudden realise they've been on the computer all morning or all afternoon or all day. And all of a sudden you go, right, come on, turn that off, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Of course they're going to go nuts because they're in the middle of something. It's like someone...
A little build-up.
It's like someone saying to you, right, stop reading.
Yeah.
If you're reading a book. Right, well, hang on a minute. Or watching the television, you're into something. Give you some warning. Say, get to a save point, or you've got 10 more minutes, because my kids play Sims and that can go on forever.
Yeah.
10 more minutes, and they get it. They get it, but you just got to give them fair warning, haven't you?
Here's a tip. Maybe parents don't know this. Here's a tip. Most games have save points. And if you switch it off before they get to a save point, that's a lot of work, and it is work that is wasted. So just say, look, are we close to the end of this level? Do you think? Let them get to a save point. That makes such a difference. But then I took you geocaching this evening.
Yeah, and the first one wasn't there.
well, no. The first one was, but it was a flipping difficult one.
And it's dark.
We had to go to a nearby church. And the geocache took us to the information board of the church. And then it said, on this information board will be the answer to these questions. And then you take the numbers from these questions, and that will make map coordinates that will tell you where the geocache is. Now, I don't know how to do map coordinates. And I certainly don't know how to put map coordinates into Google Maps. So we were close to it. But we've got no idea where it was. I don't understand map coordinates. You're looking for like a little thing that big.
Yeah.
So then what were we doing?
So then we looked for another one.
Yeah.
And that was about 300 metres away, wasn't it? It wasn't very far. And so we're walking around London.
It does a little countdown. Yeah. 295.
We're walking around London in the dark, right? And it's kind of Oliver Twisty, you know, we're going underneath railway bridges and between rows of houses, you know, away from all the glass and Ponzi buildings.
Steel and glass.
And we walked past what looks like a garage out of EastEnders.
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it?
And underneath another railway bridge, and all of a sudden it's tracked down to no metres, and we're thinking, right, well, it's got to be round here somewhere.
We kept going past it.
And then all of a sudden we'd be miles away. So we kept going back to this one point, and then so we clicked on the hint, and it said, sit next to the bin and use your left hand.
So I should have let you do it, and that was my mistake. I should have let you do it.
I did think that, mate, but never mind.
Well,
next time.
Okay. Well, I thought you were getting bored. I genuinely thought you were getting bored.
I wasn't getting bored. You kept saying you're bored. I'm like, no, I'm not. I want to find the thing.
You kept huffing and puffing. That's
just my natural.
That's something you need to work on.
Well, my legs are about half the length of yours, and you don't half stride. So huffing and puffing was me out of breath.
You're genuinely annoyed that I didn't let you find the geocache.
Am I heck?
Yes, you are.
No, I was chuffed that we found it, and I sort of went, oh, is it under the bench?
Yeah.
So he sat on this bench, put his hand underneath, brings out what looks like, and you won't remember this, Sam, but I do, like a film container from the olden days.
Yeah.
And it had, do you? And it had a magnet taped to it, so it would stick on. So it sat under there the whole time. We pulled it out, and there was this really thick, tatty, rolled up bit of paper with loads of names on.
Someone found it yesterday.
Yeah.
We didn't have a pen, so we couldn't log ourselves.
No.
But it's the best. So I'm going to do it again with the boys when they come. I'm going to plant some geocaches.
Well, I was thinking in future when we go and do rabbit holes, we should put some.
Yeah. And I'm going to put bombs in there.
Oh no, I don't think that's.
I'm going to booby trap the geocache. I'm going to kill those weirdos.
Okay.
It was good. It was good, man. It was nice.
And we did some walking.
Yeah, that bit was a little bit. Maybe we need buggies. You can share your geocaching adventures, guys. Maybe you found love inside a geocache. That would be disgusting. Scott leaves plectrums in them.
Does he?
Yeah. Some of them have items in that you can only take if you replace it with an item of the same or more value. That's weird, isn't it?
Mm.
I might put a £5 in one. Just for a laugh.
That's an idea.
Make someone's day. Make someone happy. Give them some cash. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
Hey, Alistair.
Hi, boss. Are you all right?
You good, thank you, mate. What have you got for us tonight?
Well, you were saying earlier about one of those emails asking for money. I got one of those.
Oh, go on. What happened?
Well, similar sort of thing, I think. It was just that they had my username and my login name, which I hadn't used for a while, but I recognised that it was one I had used in the past.
Yeah.
And it said, if you don't pay this money in bitcoins then to our account, then we're going to say we've got access to all your contacts, and we're going to, say that you've been accessing these porn sites, etc., etc. So I was a bit worried for about half an hour because I thought, this is not on, and I was a bit worried about all, obviously anyone knowing where I've been. And then I thought, well, actually, I think this is a scam, so I Googled it.
Yeah.
And it actually said, this has actually been sent out to loads and loads and loads of people.
The thing that made me suspicious...
Yeah.
There was no photo. If they'd have put a still photo in there, which obviously they couldn't because they haven't hacked me, that was the thing that made me think, if they were really keen on getting this money, they would have put a still on there. It still was cacking my pants for about 20, 25 minutes. Still felt ashamed. Here's the thing, right? I masturbate, and I've been masturbating. I'm setting you up for a really good gag here, Catherine. I have been masturbating for about 32 years.
You must be tired.
Thank you very much indeed. And sometimes I like to look at pictures and films of naked ladies while I'm There we go. I've said it. I'm not proud of it. I carry a little significant bits of shame about it, which I'd rather. I don't actually think I need to feel ashamed. Everything I've ever looked at has been legal and pretty vanilla. But yeah, I masturbate. And sometimes when I do that, I know, Catherine, sometimes when I do that, I'm watching videos of women, and sometimes there are men in those videos having sex with those women, and that does it for me. There we go, it's out there. You want to see my fat, unpleasant body and my gormless, grinning face as I'm pleasuring my tiny, old penis?
Oh, my God.
Well, then, so be it. So be it. If that's what you want to do, scammers, then you go and do that. That will not stop me enjoying onanism in front of my computer. Thank you.
But seriously, put a sticker over it.
I'm going to do it, yeah.
And over the computer.
Alistair, thank you very much for that. 0344 499. I see what you've done there. Okay. 1,000. So I started watching, I watched a lot of films this weekend. Some are
so
rubbish.
we hear.
A Wrinkle in Time, boring.
Yeah.
Went to the pictures of my mum and the boys on Saturday morning, Johnny English 3. There's some good giggles in there. My mum was in hysterics. She lives in a care home. She's old. No, but she was in proper guffawing at bits.
Oh, you got to take
got a
her
bit
out
of pizza
more.
stuck in her throat. And my boys enjoyed it. And actually, do you know what? I quite enjoyed it. I like Ben Miller. Ben Miller's in it. I think he's good. He's a nice guy, and I think he's funny. I quite enjoyed it. It wasn't great. But it wasn't the rubbish I was expecting.
Gosh, how many more shocking admissions tonight?
Here's the thing, guys. I don't mind sitting there watching Rowan Atkinson playing a spoof spy with Ben Miller. I enjoyed it. God. Yeah, that's all right. Try and shame me. I actually enjoyed the new Johnny English film. What are you going to do, scammers? You're gonna tell... I'm telling everybody, before you do. Dear sir, we know you watched Johnny English 3 and we got pictures of you in cinema with Johnny English 3. Pay us $800 in bitcoins, or we gonna tell the lady in your life and work friends. I got no friends at work. I hate every single one of them. Yeah, I watched Johnny English 3 and I quite liked it.
Oh, God.
But then that night we watched Johnny English 1, a film that Sam loves.
Do you love it, Sam?
That was a turkey. That was a turkey. That was a turkey. It was awful. Terrible film. We watched Tomb Raider, the 2018 movie. Mm-hmm. That was all right. I'm glad the youngest fell asleep because it got a bit scary. The eldest liked it and he got a bit scared. The youngest would have been terrified. And I started watching very controversial movie, All the Money in the World. Now, why is this movie controversial?
Because it's the one that Kevin Spacey was filming at the point where...
He finished it.
The story started to come out about him, and they replaced him with Christopher Plummer.
Yeah, and I thought that they'd reshot the whole movie.
No, just his bits, right?
Well, okay.
Oh, no, and then bits with Michelle Williams.
Okay.
And Donnie Wahlberg's brother.
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. But Marky Mark got paid more. That was another thing, right?
Yeah. But I thought they shot... Well, of course they're going to just shoot the Kevin Spacey bits again. Not all of the film, but...
But they had to go back, didn't they?
But he's in it most of the time. It's about him. It's about John Paul Getty, right? So I started watching it, right? I was thinking, this is going to be interesting. Here's the thing. I don't know if anyone listening to this has seen the 5th Bruce Lee movie, The Game of Death, where Bruce Lee died before finishing it. So 5 years after his death, they finished the movie, and what they did to make it look like Bruce Lee was in it, there's one scene. This is a real scene, right? You got the Bruce Lee double looking in the mirror, and they've just stuck a picture of Bruce Lee on the mirror, the face.
Oh.
And he's got to hold his body straight, so his face. This was pretty similar effect to what they'd done with All the Money in the World. Has anyone seen this? Am I right? I only got about 30 minutes into it. I thought, this is awful. There's a bit where Christopher Plummer, John Paul Getty, is in the desert with some Arabs, right? And I've seen the shot of Kevin Spacey as John Paul Getty in the desert with some Arabs. And all they'd seemed to do was like green screen, like get Christopher Plummer and sort of just superimpose him over Kevin Spacey, because he's so obviously... I did some green screen with the kids on Sunday, right? And we did it. It's just them messing around, and I very quickly put it on the computer and put a picture behind them so it looked like they were in school dancing. And my eldest said, why have I got dark lines all around me? And I said, it's because I didn't light it properly. If I spent a bit of time lighting it, we could probably get rid of that. Well, they didn't spend any time lighting it on this film, because you could see dark wavy line all around Christopher Plummer when he's supposed to be in the desert. It was awful. And there was another bit where you're just thinking, if he moved over 1 inch, we'd see Spacey behind. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Shameful behaviour. Everybody involved with that film should be executed immediately.
You know what the problem was?
Go on.
Spent all the money on Marky Mark.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was quite a boring movie anyway. I don't know if it picked up after 35 minutes, because I just said, stuff this. But I don't know if anyone else, if you, dear listener, have seen it. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was awful. I bet Paul Ross has seen it, actually. Paul might be able to shed some light on it. I was so disappointed after hearing so much about it that they can all just get knotted. Is it not Paul Ross tonight?
Yes, it is. I saw him.
He's about to type something on my screen, but he's a slow typer. Oh. He says he hasn't seen it. Is he in the room with you? What's he doing in there? He's supposed to be working on his show. You're supposed to be working on my show. What the hell is going on? Is he there now?
It's an outrage.
What the hell are you doing, Ross?
I'm lurking.
You're disturbing him. Go and work on your show.
He wants some entertainment.
Have you not seen All the Money in the World?
I haven't. No, not
Is
yet.
this Michael, by the way?
Yeah.
All right. You've not seen it?
No, not yet.
It was boring.
The Black Lion.
It was so badly done.
Let me say something. They wanted me to do, our idiot social media department wanted me to do a trail in front of the green screen. We've gone down there, down to, of course, the place is in chaos, pulled the green screen up. They've only got one light.
Oh.
Now, I don't know a huge amount about green screen, but I know you have to cross that, because when I did the word...
one light makes the shadow.
We used to key off yellow and green.
Yeah.
So the audience, we always had those surreal kind of psychedelic things behind them. The audience couldn't wear yellow or green. That was fine. You can't do green screen with one light.
No, you need to
That's
negate
why
the shadow.
our social media presence is pants with matching bra.
I've got to say, I've got a lot of respect for those guys.
He's making rude signs at you, even as I speak to you now.
Wait, hang on a minute. I'm going to hit that button there.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Someone has got to tell that man that we are the mainstream media. We're owned by Murdoch, sir. We're the mainstream media. 0344 499 1000. Calls have gone a bit quiet, but we've had more calls this week than I think we had tonight than we had in the entire last week.
I know, I don't know what's going on
I
there.
don't know what's going on. Maybe I've got to work harder. We need to have a little... we need to have a calm flab at some point about whether we're going to take, the calls and stuff and about mental health and things. I don't know. I just don't know what to do. I don't know if the show's running out of steam, if we're running out of
I wonder
juice.
whether with those calls, once we start realising, I mean, and there are moments where you go, oh, hang on a minute, this isn't going to be a neatly tied up thing of someone just wanting to talk. I don't know.
But
once you're in, you're in, aren't you?
Once you're in, you can't go, do you know what, John, I'm going to have to stop talking to you now because I think this is above my skill set and...
yeah, but what's the alternative?
Well, but then you have to consider how someone who is in a negative space might perceive that as rejection and validation of their negative thinking. So you can't do that.
But if they're in if they're in that frame of mind, whatever you say is going to go that way, isn't it?
No, but if you're if you're actively saying I cannot talk to you about this. Once you're in that conversation...
You wouldn't say, I can't talk to you about this, and say, I don't think this is the best way to handle it, maybe.
I don't know. I think it would still be considered as rejection by someone. I mean, he was never going to... that conversation was never going to end well.
No.
I don't know. Now I've got... now I feel... Anyway, here we go. Listen to this. This is where I think when this does go pear-shaped, and it will, next March, I've got a feeling this vibe's coming to an end. But we've talked about this. This is going to be my next big career move. A woman of 64... pocketed £63,800 in unemployment benefit. All right, fine, that's it. Despite secretly working on a telephone sex line. I can do this. If anyone wants to phone up and have a sexy time with me, 0344 499 1000. And this is not an 0898 number when you're waiting at the station for some masturbation. This isn't that. This is free. We'll call you back. 0344 499 1000. Samantha Knight chatted with customers on premium rate services whose providers boasted of paying workers up to £10.80 an hour.
Okay.
That's £80 a day. I could do that. Because the thing is as well...
You won't be doing it for 8 hours, though.
Oh, I would. I'd be good. I'd be the one they ask for. But also...
People on the end of the phone, right, I'm going to go now, and I've got to go.
Oh, well, that's one of the tricks they do, is... You don't get into the sexy talk straight away. You got to go, hello, how are you, my darling? You having a good day? Yeah. What would you... You're
going to do that voice, though?
Yeah.
Well, I found that a bit off-putting.
But also, the thing is, it's not like... £80 a day might not sound a lot to some people, but you're not passive. You're playing Xbox, you're digging up the garden, you're doing you're doing all your normal daily stuff. You're just getting paid for doing it.
Right.
She used the money to fund the upkeep of her 11 pet dogs.
11?
Yep. And continued to receive benefits despite officials twice contacting her to ask if she should still be claiming them. Knight correctly began claiming benefits 15 years ago. She began her sex line job soon afterwards, but told officials her circumstances had not changed. She got jailed for 6 months. Okay, well that seems fair. But I could do that. Hello, madam. I'm just sat here. I'm sat here butt naked.
Oh.
It's all hanging out.
God.
I'm just cleaning the windows.
What?
And really stretching up high. I'm bending down low, and you can see my bum hole.
Don't use the word bum hole.
What word would you like me to use, madam?
Completely lost it.
Okay, you can see I completely lost it. Would you like me to pleasure you, madam?
No, you're all right. I think I've got the wrong number.
Oh, I think you've got the right number. The number's 69. Let me give you a rub. Back rub. 1 hand, 2 hand, 3 hands. It's not a hand, as I said. I was naked. If you remember earlier on in the conversation, I was naked. That 3rd hand's my penis.
Gosh, why's he got 5 fingers?
It's a family trait, passed down through the generations. But you wait until those fingers are inside your lady place. In a very private. Unseen. The most private of lady places.
Oh God!
Would you like me to kiss you on the lips?
No, I'm fine.
To kiss you now.
It's the eye, yeah.
Let me take your clothes off.
No.
Let's lift up this jersey. Lift it up. You've got your head stuck in it. Hang on. No, hang on. No, let go. That's it. One arm. Hang on, now we're tangled up. Hang on. I'm going to have to stretch the neck.
No, don't. It's expensive, this one.
I'm going to have to stretch the neck. There we go. I think it's the nose. Your nose. I think your nose is causing the problem here, madam. I like a big nose.
Oh.
And then we're off. That's it.
You can leave my vest on.
I'm going to unbutton your blouse.
I've got a blouse on, have I?
It's cold out. I've got the heating on.
Have you? You need it. You've got no on, have you?
I've got 3 bars on. It's quite warm.
Gosh.
We could hurry things up because I'm starting to lose my erection, madam. So if we could, maybe you could play.
God.
Just losing it a bit. So if you could just.
Whoa! Who's phoned who?
Just gonna make love to you.
Oh God, no! It's all
right.
right.
Do you mind if I make love to you, madam? Do I have
yeah,
your consent?
I'm not in the mood.
Okay, well,
all of a sudden.
I'm not going to do anything that I don't have consent to do.
Okay, I'm gonna.
May I go down? May I go down and kiss your bottom?
Oh my God!
I want to kiss that bottom.
Oh God! No, I'm going to end this phone call now because it got inappropriate quite a long time ago.
It's a sex line, madam. You knew. Maybe you've been naughty. Would you like me to? Would you like me to punch your bum?
I'd be very naughty. I killed a man.
You're going to get spanked for that. Going to get a good spanking for that, madam. Don't know if you know, but murder is not only illegal,
but naughty.
Very, very naughty.
Oh, stop it, because you don't want me to get angry.
No, madam, I'm applauding you for murder. It's something we've all thought about. And you've actually done it. Well done.
Oh, dear. Anyway.
So I think I'd be great at that. And Sam's typed on the screen. Don't stop. I was nearly there. I think women would like it. I could do gay. I could do trans.
I imagine it'd be a similar script for everyone.
Oh, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh dear.
Well, that's erotic.
Yeah,
that's erotic.
You give me a lot to think about.
Here we go. This is a great headline. It's about Lee Scratch Perry having psychic pants, right? Oh. So Lee Scratch Perry, massive stoner. This is a great headline. Paul, come and listen to this headline. This is a great headline.
Don't come in here, Paul.
That microphone buzzes for some reason.
Oh, they're all buzzing.
Lee Scratch Perry has got psychic pants. The headline from the Star is Lee Chat His Pants. Lee Chat His Pants. That's great.
That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Reggae legend Lee Scratch Perry has revealed he wears telepathic underpants. The The 82-year-old said that all his clothes have telepathic ability, which means they can transmit thoughts to others.
That's a lot of ganja smoke right there.
The Jamaican music producer and artist said, I won't do the voice.
No.
My socks are telepathic, my pants are telepathic, everything I wear is telepathic.
We get the idea, yeah.
He also said...
Change me.
He also said that he lives in Switzerland to avoid vampires.
What?
Lee chat his pants. That's a great...
Oh, you've got to get him on the show. I mean, he's a master anyway, but get him on the show.
Well, do you think we'd be able to get Lee Scratch Perry? I suppose it's not impossible,
Switzerland,
is it?
and he's always knocking out old versions of Trojan remixes he's
Do you
done
know
and
what?
stuff.
It's not impossible. I mean, it would be a night. I mean, the guy's a fruitcake, but a good fruitcake.
Well, Lord Reed said, "Nation shall speak unto Nation." Your pants could speak to his boxers.
Nathan shall speak unto Nathan.
Nathan, yes.
Where is Nathan?
With Eubank.
Do you know what? I'm free tomorrow. I'll do a little bit of research about Lee Scratch Perry, see if we can get in touch with him.
And I had an idea for you guys. It's something
Put
that
some
we can't
content
do.
into the show.
Well, John Carpenter is over, conducting a concert of his own music.
Yes,
and he'd be great for you guys, wouldn't he?
He would be great. Let's get. All right, tomorrow, John Carpenter. Let me write this down.
I think it's not happening for about a week and a half. They're obviously doing it pre-Halloween. Halloween's celebrating its 40th anniversary this year, so it's back in some selected cinemas.
Well, there's a new version of it. Well, there's not a new version. There's a kind of the third or fourth official sequel.
But they've also got, of course, they're playing with a full orchestra the soundtrack to the fantastic original Assault on Precinct 13, which he did all the music for. Yeah. So great film.
He used to do the music for a lot of his films, didn't he? It was always this kind of weird synthy, avant-garde,
slightly early techno stuff, kind of early Kraftwerky stuff.
Did you follow my instructions on Bernard Cribbins?
Not yet, no.
We're after him as well. I've got Johnny Seifert on the case.
Oh, jeez, this is right. This is war. Seifert's war.
Did we try and get Cribbins before?
No, but
are
you genuinely trying to get him? 'Cause if you are, we'll back off.
No, I'm not genuinely. I know he's got an autobiography out, which is very funny. I've read half of it.
He's got a book out and he's doing the rounds.
Yeah.
I'll send an email.
Great stories as well.
Yeah, he's brilliant, Cribbins. I'll send an email tomorrow and see if we can get. What's on your show tonight, Paul Ross?
Well, we are off to a remarkable place called She Island. It's part of the Finnish archipelago. 8.5 acre luxury spa estate. Okay, She Island because it's all women. No booze, no blokes, no bickies, no bimbos. That's their motto. Wowzers. Run by an American, which won't surprise. Look at Kath's face.
No booze.
Puckered up. No booze.
No bimbos.
And no bickies.
Lost me at no booze.
Okay.
But should be quite interesting. Also, we've got a brilliant...
What do they do there?
It's all kind of getting in touch with... You know the Iron John thing, where men go into the woods and howl at the moon?
Yeah.
It's a bit like that, but for women.
Oh, so people
reconnect with the Earth Mother.
So women go there for like a week or a month.
I think it's a week. I think the maximum stay is 10 days. Cause I think you go absolutely bonkers after that. But, so we're talking to her who's been running it for a while now, and also we're talking to a guy who is a professor of linguistics. Brilliant name, Professor Stanley Dubinsky. Obviously an American. He's done the definitive study of dad jokes that was in some of the papers yesterday.
Oh, I missed
and
that.
he's a proper linguistic professor, so he joins us to talk about great dad jokes.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm not dating any more apostrophes. They're too possessive.
I don't get that. Kath's got... You're looking very pale. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine.
Okay. You got a
It
joke.
was that phone call, wasn't it? The sex chat line.
I mean, it's taken quite a lot out of me, yes.
All the blood's rushed to my head.
Oh, God.
Go on, do your joke for Paul. Catherine wrote a joke.
This is an original joke. How do you tell the sex of a chili?
I don't know, Catherine Boyle. How do you tell the sex of a chili?
Does it jalapenos?
It's a work in progress.
I mean...
Listen, my 10-year-old loves it.
It seemed funnier. You're saying jalapenos and not saying jalapenos.
Yeah.
Because it should be it doesn't really... I mean, it's nice. What do you say to a Mexican cheese thief? That's nacho cheese. See, that works.
You see, this guy has worked with... What comedians did you ever have on the word? We
had Bill Hicks on once.
Really?
Yeah, and he went on stage the next night, and I went along to see him, and he roundly dissed the programme, as young people say, what a terrible experience it was. But that was his whole style. He was a legend. He was great. But we tended not to have... I mean, Mark Lamar was on it for the 2 series I did. And he was fantastic.
Comedians...
not really as guests. But not really as guests.
Did you have Frankie Howard on there once?
That was a series before me, when it was Frankie Howard and Edwina Curry. Right. And the producer before me, who was of the gay and still is, he decided it was a brilliant idea. Frankie was brought onto the set in a sedan chair, hoisted on the shoulders of 4 lightly oiled and tanned young men.
Yeah.
It was, and Edwina Curry was the other sofa guest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's magic. It doesn't matter what they say then, you're ahead of the game.
I remember that.
That wasn't my series, Sally. That was the series that I was there for the night they had Kurt Cobain's Nirvana on. And, of course, they messed up the timing, so he only did about the first minutes of the song. We did start by saying, I want it known here and now, Courtney Love is the best shimmy who on the planet. Yeah. And then into the song.
I never liked Nirvana. Anyway, I was going to say something I forgot. We've run out of time.